I'm setting up the studio. I have got to stop. I don't like my little Buddha head shut. Okay, I'm going over here. Okay. Hi, you guys. Of course, I left the set to move that out, right? Because I got to do that shit right when I get on camera. Because I got to be a weirdo and do it right when I get on camera. Freakazoid behavior. Yeah, hi, you guys. I am so tired. Is anybody else tired? Like, we must have just switched into a different whatever. I was like, I tried to film videos all day for the Patreon, and then I got so tired I wore myself out. Then I had to go get coffee. I mean, I drank coffee here. Then I went out to get coffee, lest I sit in bed and like bed rot all day, right? Oh, my makeup. You know what? Look, you guys, this is exciting. I never do this. Can you guys see these lashes? Okay, I can never, like, I am not a person. I never did like lash extensions, nothing like that. And even like when I went and do podcasts and I put the lashes on, I'm like ripping them off because the glue makes me crazy. Like, I'm more of a, I want to look pretty, I want to look glamorous, but I'm lazy and I don't like, I can't do that kind of upkeep all the time. These are these, I shouldn't even say the name, but they're these Lily lashes and they don't use glue. So they just go to your body heat. And it took me 3 tries, but oh my God, no, they're Lily lashes. Look up Lily lashes. Yeah, look up those. Anyway, I use the, they just adhesive. You can use them 5 times in a row. So I've tried to put them on like, every time I go in there, I'm putting them on backwards, upside down, because I do the half lash. So just like from there to the end, I can't do the whole, I'm going to buy some whole ones. But anyway, this is it. I did it. And I'm not ripping them out of my head. Oh my God. Okay, so story time. I'm going to tell you something. Okay. Water activated. Yeah, these are great. No glue. I literally am allergic to everything and break out from everything. I've done Nipsey Hussle years ago when he died. He's born on my birthday. I got stalked because of Nipsey Hussle in the mountains when I was hiking. I had at least 3 people stalking me with boxer dogs, that type of dogs, telling me it's Lily lashes. Not that I should give them a shout out. They don't give me shit, but really that's what I'm using. Okay. Okay, wait, the day. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you for that. I know, I'm like over there. Thank God I put pants on because I had on like shorts. But let me tell you why I had shorts on. Okay, so I go running yesterday and I go to Mount Baldy. I go to Mount Baldy because I'm taking the morning off to do extreme exercise, right? Yeah, I just put them from the middle to the end. So I want to do extreme exercise. Like, I need altitude. And that's the closest, being it's like 45 minutes to get there. So I'm like, I need altitude. So I'm thinking, nobody's going to be on that trail. Oh, great, August 15th. I'm thinking nobody's going to be on that trail, right? So I'm run up the trail. I'm happy. But I only carry 1 water bottle, which means I drink water the night before. Like, if I'm doing 20 miles, I'm always hydrated, but I'm drinking a lot of water. So I drink on my way there. So I drink at least like a bottle and a half of water while I'm driving. So I usually got to pull over and pee somewhere, not in the main street, on the side. Don't get bent out of shape. Anyway, I had a hiking friend once and he was like, the police are going to get you. I go, no, they're not. I'm a girl. When men fucking pull their dicks out, they get arrested. I'm a fucking girl with a bladder and I've had kids. And all I have to do is say period, and the police are not going to get me. Oh, scared baby. Anyway, I'm running up the mountain, and I don't know who it is, but there's somebody in like a blue hoodie, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to jump behind that rock and pee. I haven't seen anybody for like 40 minutes, and I really had to pee. So this guy, I think it was a guy, like I can't really see anyway behind me. So I'm like running up the trail, and I see the blue hoodie coming. I'm like, this fucker, I wish he'd either catch me or go by me. But then I'm like so competitive when climbing up a hill. I'm like, I can't let the dude pass me unless he's a serious runner. But like, they all see me and think, oh, she's wearing makeup and she has boobs and she can't go fast. But me, I'm like, fuck you. I'll beat your ass up the hill. Anyway, but I got a pee. So now I'm slowing down. So I let him go by me, right? I let him go by me. I really did. I said, just go. And then I'm like fidgeting with my phone and I'm thinking, okay, get far enough ahead. So then there's like a little river. I go behind a bush. I climb up on the hill. I always wear bodysuits. So like, it's kind of, I kind of tilt sideways and it's like one way, right? So it's one butt cheek out and the other one is covered because I don't want anyone to see old lady butt, right? Because they'll be like, ew, what's that? Anyhow, scars, stretch marks, it's gross. Anyway, so I'm just trying to pee before the people come up, right? Immediately, my right butt cheek is fucking on fire. And I'm like, oh, did something sting me? Did something bite me? What? It is old lady butt. I can see it. It's disgusting. I don't wear bathing suits because I don't like the way it looks. I'm just telling you, I'm honest with myself. I'm not delulu like some people. When you're 60, your skin looks like shit after kids, especially when you gain 100 pounds. It's all, I have stretch marks. Anyway, you can see them. It's white skin with bright red, like ripping, right? Why are you using a fake mic? Because I fucking want to. Here's my real mic. This one is my real one. You see it? I had it custom made. I'm not using that because I can't really pick it the fuck up. Anyway, So anyhow, I'm like, oh my God, it felt like little fucking stickers, like thistle. Like, oh my God, I was like, what the fuck is all that? Anyway, yeah, tiger buns, exactly. So listen. Oh my God. So I'm trying to look. Meanwhile, people are coming now up the hill and coming down the hill. And I've got my ass out. So I'm like looking. So I take my camera and I put it behind my butt to take a picture, right? Because I can't. I mean, I'm on a trail. I'm slightly off the trail. So I'm like, it looks like, what's that thing? Shingles, bumps, herpes, water blisters. My whole ass is covered in them and it's going down my back leg. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So I jumped into, wait for it, because some guy coming up the trail, I took a picture of the stuff and I was like, oh, no, it looked like shingles, really. I've had shingles when I was really young, 30 something. Anyway, I'm running up the hill. I caught shingles at the gym off the equipment. So did my friend Terry. We both did. Rubbed under my bra. Like I always get like cuts under my bra. I got it all around my bra band. Anyway, cuts from running and then it scratches. That's why. Somebody had shingles. Anyhow, this is back in the day. And then I told them you need to put, no, it wasn't psoriasis. Okay, so I took a picture of the plant. Poison ivy with stinging nettle. So I was trying to go to the top and I'm like, it was making me crazy because I immediately dumped water on my ass from my water bottle, but it touched my butt. And so poison ivy, poison oak, whichever one it was, and all of that transfers from the oil, right? So then I'm like, I can't go to the top because I can't drink my water bottle, because it probably has the oil on it. Then I drink it and it go down my fucking throat. So I'm running down and so this guy's like, aren't you going to go back up to the top? Because I guess he saw me turn around and come down. And I'm like, no, I have these fucking blisters. So I showed him the plants. And so he was telling me this is this. And so I'm going down. I sit for an hour in the car because you know how that 210 is, right? Urgent care has a shot for that. Oh, well, I didn't even go to urgent care. I ran home to wash it off my ass. So so I'm running down the hill. I sit in the car for an hour. It's stinging like this. Like it's like somebody with their nails on my butt like this the whole way. And I didn't even stop for coffee because usually I stop for coffee, right? I know my poor butt. So I get home and I'm like running in the fucking shower. I'm like, okay, what kind of soap? Do I want my girly smelling soap? Because that doesn't seem harsh enough. Do I put alcohol on my ass? No way. So I go get Dawn dish soap. You know why I got Dawn dish soap? Because that's what you wash kitty cats, right? In when you get them, so they don't have fleas. That takes fleas off kittens. That's what my vet told me. So I'm like, if it takes fleas off kittens, it's probably gonna fucking take these bumps off my ass, right? So I wash what? Yes, cold water, not hot. I know Bobby told me that. Lucas told me that actually, because Lucas got it on his hands and he's like, don't fucking use hot water. I'm like, I won't. So cold water it was, but I was, sweaty and I wanted a hot shower. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I put my head under the hot water like that. I got it all off me. Then I went to class. So in class on the hoop, we're doing gazelle. So gazelle, when you do it, because I'm such a beginner, right? So we're doing gazelle. I shouldn't even be in the hoop class, really, because I can never do it. I'm always like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. They just look at me like, what are you fucking doing here? I'm like, I'm just participating half the time and half the time not. So gazelle is like a gazelle. And she's like, wear the hoop like a thong. And I'm like, wear the hoop like a thong? And she's like, yes, wear the hoop like a thong. And I'm like, that's going to hurt my butt cheek. Anyway, I did it. And then you have to grab your knee. So you have to hug the hoop, put your knee under here. Thank you for that. Thank you, y'all. And then stick the other leg down. So the hot spot was on the, whatever. And I was like, I put, not calamine lotion. I put, like when you have swelling, like on a blister on your ear or whatever, it has like an something antihistamine and pain reliever, and it takes the swelling down. So I did that. Whatever I had in the counter. Yeah, cortisone, like a cortisone cream. Anyway, it's pretty good today. So yeah, that's what I did. Hydrocortisone, thank you. That's what I did. And I wore the hoop like a thong. If anybody takes hoop, they know what the fuck that means. It means literally put the little hoop between your butt cheeks, hang a leg down, put another leg behind your shoulder, grab onto it, and act like a gazelle. Yeah, well, kind of like a painful gazelle. So I did that. That's what I did. That's what I did. Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, when reading, or should we go by? When you're reading your horoscope, what do you mean your rising sign or your sun sign? You can do both, but your sun sign is who you are, like your birthday, whatever day your birthday is on, like, whatever and whatever. Hoop floss. Yeah, we don't want it, like Nancy says, my friend Nancy, she's like, my God, I wore the hoop like a taco. It tacoed me. That's when you're doing a roll over the hoop. And thank you for that. Thank you for someone just tried to call me. So that's like when you're like hanging on the hoop and then you put one leg through and you kind of roll onto your stomach, hurts the taco. So it's a taco roll. Like sometimes we get people on camera and like they're in fucking pain. I'm really not good at it. Like the hoop is my least favorite. Silks, I'm better. It's taken me a year and a bit, right? They say Vedic is more accurate. I want to start reading sidereally Vedic astrology because I looked up, it hurts the taco. That's Nancy's words, not mine. We should record our class. You should hear the shit that we say in class. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we should do it. But when you're reading Western astrology, yeah, Vedic is intense because it's based on like class system and it's very specific. Western tropical placidus, which is what I use, is more of an emotional texture to the reading. So it allows for the existence of beginning, middle, and end of the expression of the planets. So the beginning them is who you are and will humbly. Oh yeah, no, I know. If I'm a double Cancer, unfortunately, because who wants to be a double Cancer? Not me. Yeah, I'm double Cancer, but that makes sense due to the family circumstances and all the like head trauma from family. So, and I'm still a Leo rising because basically what you do is you back everything up a sign because sidereal astrology, when you look up in the sky and say, for example, you're Aries, you look up in the sky, the constellation of Aries should be right above you. And so they read the constellation at the time of your birthday, even if it's in August. they read the constellation, which is Cancer at that time, unless you're late degree Leo. So I'm Leo rising in sidereal double Cancer, sun and moon, which is completely, it's so adopted and orphaned. And I mean, born in an orphanage is pretty much double Cancer. But so you look up in the sky. Western astrology, we calculate for the Earth off the axis. So you're correlating the chart to match what should be up in the sky for that time frame. So I can see why Vedic is good. Anyway, I looked up my little Jason on Vedic and I'm like, this makes so much fucking sense, okay? Like Gemini, Pisces rising, I'm like, that makes sense. And then John being a Pisces, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Pisces in the sidereal Vedic. I'm not a fan. Because it's actually Pisces that drives me crazy, but in Western it's Aries, you see? Unless you're last degree, like my rising in Western's 29 Leo, so I'm Virgo affiliated in the first house, so I'm full on Leo in the other chart. Yeah, Jason is a Cancer. I'm talking in Vedic astrology though. So in Vedic, Jason is a Pisces because at the time of it, he's a Cancer, yes, but he's Gemini because the Cancer sun in the degree that it's born in has Gemini constellation above. That's kind of what it is. No, actually Virgo's the most psychic sign. I know everybody says, but Pisces psychic. I'm like, sorry, they're delusionally psychic. So yeah, Pisces are drunks, aren't they? Drug addicts, drunks, manipulative. I'm talking in the other one. Well, actually in both, right? Gemini is on the cusp of Cancer. No, Gemini is a sign before Cancer. I don't do cusps because it makes me fucking crazy. Okay, so here comes a microphone. Because I can. Okay, cusps. Cusps are the house division between the signs, right? Psychic wannabes, exactly. No, they're psychic, but it's not practical. So I find their opposition of Virgo more practical. Pisces brings it from the ethers, but Virgo says it logically. Virgo doesn't need to be like drinking cough syrup, tuning out, smoking crack to be psychic, having pillows around them. Virgo's just like, yeah, that just comes to my brain and they're out. They can present it in a timely fashion, in a good kind of way, if that's the way I want to say it. So when you're looking at a house cusp in astrology, you're looking at the house division, okay? So you're looking at the division of degree. Each sign goes from 0 to 30. So when the next sign comes along, or the house division, depending on what house system you use. So just say you use whole, you know what I'm saying, whole house system. So if anybody can be psychic if it's in their gene pool, in their structure. Not everybody is psychic. But anyway, the division between house is a division in degrees. So when you're looking at a planet, your sun sign, you're born either 0 degrees of Aries to 30 degrees and anywhere in between. So you are not on the cusp, as I spit, you're not on the cusp of Taurus, let's say, if you're in Aries, because you're either 29 Aries or 0 Taurus. So that's it. You're not a cusper. You can have qualities, and you're always going to have qualities of the sign behind you and the sign in front of you, because you're going to have other planets that follow in that, and you're going to progress into the sign. But when people say, I'm a cusp, I'm both. No, if you're 29 degrees, like I'm a 29 degree Leo rising, then that's very specific. That's full on, you're not getting out of that sign. You're not actually on the cusp of Virgo. You're full on Leo until you deal with that, right? So you're a triple or in Hindu. I don't even know what that is. You'll have to explain. I really don't know very much about that because I'm a white girl. So Western. Don't hate for me saying that. It's true. How do you protect your energy? Apparently I don't. I'm exhausted 24/7. Exhausted. Okay. Yes, leave 29 degree, leave a legend behind, get famous. Yeah. Well, 29 degrees can be homicidal. It depends what, no idea what my birth mother was. Didn't really get into it with her. The 29th degree of any sign is, and this the 0 degrees, so 002 of a sign and 29 degrees is markers. The 0, you're going to experience the full trajectory of the sign's energy, and the 29th degree is anoretic, and it's very specific. So I'm glad you didn't miss me. It's very, I'm on the cusp. No, you're not on the cusp. You're either Aries or Taurus. There is no fucking cusp like that. Cusp is I said that already. I can't say it again. You're going to have to learn astrology. I don't talk like that. Like I'm on the cusp. You're either this or you're that. You're not on a cusp. No, it doesn't exist like that. You're 29 degrees, 28 degrees, 27 degrees, or you're 0 degrees of the next sign. If you're 0 degrees of the next sign, you are the next sign. People use the terminology incorrectly. Can you tell? No, I don't look into other people. I don't give a fuck what you're going on in. I really don't look at other people, if they're psychic or not. I so don't care to talk psychic when I'm out in public. I don't care. I don't want to read you. I don't fucking care. I can't stand it. It's my work. I'm not going out there to look at it. I want to do things I find fun. That's not one of them. Now, if I'm exhausted from hiking and then I go into a restaurant or a grocery store after I hike, I'm open. So it bombards me like this. So it is very difficult for me when I'm physically out of my own way. So when I physically exhaust myself, I'm so open. Or if I have a fever. If I have a fever and I'm in a car and I'm looking at people, I literally can see their psyche jump out of them and can see like a whole strand of thought. I give some of my really good readings when I have a fever, but again, I don't want to work when I have a fever. Let's see. Yeah, you're born on the last day of your sign, then you are that sign. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, bumpy butt. That's it. It's a rump bubbles, rump boils, whatever. I was texting Paige and I'm like, they're better this morning. Oklahoma, that's good. So anyway, you guys can go online and look up your thing. Also, to the smart asses that email me, I'm not a Capricorn. Okay, why did you fill out my thing for astrology updates daily on my website and put your own birth date in wrong? I don't put your birth date in, you fill it out. So you will have to unsubscribe and resubscribe with your correct date of birth. That's it. I'm not doing it. I'm not an idiot that doesn't know when your sign is. You sign up. You put your birth date in. That's what you do. I don't do that. Not all Pisces are that. The energy of Pisces is one of the most highly manipulative. That's factual, astrologically. Oh, people fucking like, how can you not know I'm a Capricorn? Bitch, I don't know your birthday. I can't fill it out. I got hundreds of people signing up. I have a huge mailing list. Hi, Irma. Oh, there's my Moldavite girl, if that's Irma. Yes, there you go. If she's on there. Yeah. Yes, exactly. But finally, yeah, I was telling them I caught poison ivy and what did I say? The other one, oh my God, I forgot it. Poison ivy. Anyway, it's all over my ass from yesterday. Well, I just got Moldavite is great. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Irma. I know who it is. I know who you are. We had a conversation. Nettles, stinging nettles. Yeah, I got like poison ivy and stinging nettle all over my ass because I jumped in a bush because I'm so competitive. I had to jump, run, pee, and try to catch somebody. And then I got sidetracked. Or poison oak. I don't know. I'm not really clear on what it was. I just got the hell down. Yeah, no, really, look it up. Look it up. Look it up. It's terrible. Yeah, it's a trifecta. And then, of course, there was wear the hoop like a thong. So, yeah, stelliums are 3 or more planets in the same sign. So, stelliums is my chart's only stelliums. It's Cancer stellium and Leo stellium. And then it's double Virgo. So, yeah. And then shitty Neptune in Scorpio, which is in the mid 60s. So who wants Neptune in Scorpio? Not me, but it's there. Anyway, yeah, North Node. North Node, the North Node is where you're going in this life. So where you're going. So you're, yeah, your sign, you got to like your sign. I don't like anything about my sign. I'm trying to get off the planet, y'all. Y'all, they're like, my sign's the best. No, all signs suck, okay? Or they're all good. There is no good or bad. It's your chart. It's the entire chart, right? I don't know where I'm going either. Yeah, why wouldn't, okay, you guys believe in astrology, you believe in psychic, you believe in tarot cards. Why would palmistry, which equates with your astrology chart, not be accurate for somebody who can really read it, right? Out of bounds planets, then you're going to be dealing with some shit. No, I'm just saying, people get mad. I'm like, why do I want to be here on this planet? I don't. I tell people that, they get mad, but it's true. I've said it since I was born. I don't find it amusing. I'm here, I'm participating. Look at me. I'm happy. But, come on. Taurus is the best. Okay. No. But anyhow, it doesn't. Yeah, no, I am entitled to my feelings. I don't find this a good place to be. I do what I do and I behave the way I behave, but it's automatic, it's robotic, and, I don't know what to say. I mean, people want me to say something different. They want to put words in my mouth like, you should feel really good about being alive. No. Absolutely the fuck not. I mean, when you know that you're alive over there, here it's monotonous. It's boring every fucking day. You get up and yeah, right? Nope. You get up, you go to work. Oh, fun. Because I can't even take a day off. I literally can take a morning off or an afternoon off, but I work 7 days a week. No matter what I do, I have to film. I have to do this. I have to do that to pay bills. It's fucking annoying, right? And I have more latitude than if you worked at like a bakery. They got to get up. My friend that works at a bakery, she's got to get up at like 2 a.m. to bake for people that want treats, So, oh yeah, everyone takes everything personally. I know. Why don't they fuck off? Nothing's personal. Even if I rob you, it's not personal. That's it. It's not. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Elon and Donald. I mean, Elon's weird. Donald's weird. I don't know either one of them, but they're both fucking weird. You're not in those positions of billionaireism unless you're a Satanist. And I mean a full-fledged, not even like your garden variety. Who cares about your garden variety? You don't want to believe in God. You want to fucking hail Satan. Do whatever you want. These people go beyond that. Every single one of them. There are none of them. When you vote, you're voting for Satanist A or Satanist B. And by Satanist, Freemason, Satanist, Scientologist, Mormon, encompass it all. Half human, half hybrid. I don't care. It's obvious it's a script. I mean, it's just obvious. And yeah, it's all like a fucking joke. Like, if you can't see that, I can't help you. If you think your president's good, yeah, they black eye cut. That's the Vril, right? Roseanne Barr talks about the Vril. So yeah, I turned 25. Oh, good. Happy birthday. 25. Look forward to 25 more years plus another, plus 25, plus another 10. And then you'll be my age. Then you'll know what I mean. I'll be dead. Bye. Then you'll know what I mean. But you'll pretend to smile in public and you'll do your stuff and you'll be there for everybody and you'll give of your complete soul to every fucking asshole around you. I like Dolores Cannon. She's dead. She was an Aries. Yeah, no, I'm serious. You will give to your kids who will crack you right in the face and never return the favor. You will give to your grandkids, and maybe one of them, you can keep flirting. I'm oblivious to it because I'm never dating. So I've made a commitment and I pray to God every night. Literally, I want no one around me, not male, not female. Because when I say male, they're like, you're a lesbian. And I'm like, even if I were, I don't care. I don't want them or them around me. I literally want to be left alone for the rest of my life. I want to die. Well, you die alone anyway, but I don't want a companion in my house. No, I don't date. No, absolutely no. Absolutely the fuck no. I didn't want to date when I was younger. I stayed married for 37 years because, well, he forced me to leave with his behavior, in my opinion, but I definitely would never date. Like, that's why I stuck with one person. I found somebody and you couldn't make me leave till I was forced to leave because you were obnoxious. So I like Sages, little Sages. So I don't know why I don't know why women my age go out to date. Men fuck children. Like, do you not know that? Yay, 17 on February 23rd. They fuck younger. I married an old man who's now almost 80. When I met him when I was 20. So at 60, number one, I'm not putting myself out there, period. I will not be rejected like that. So I'll cut it right off. And that's me personally. It was that way when I was younger too. There's only two, maybe three people that asked me out ever, and I married two of them. Other than that, literally, no one ever approached me. But I was really kind of independent and on my own, and I didn't fucking need you. Like, oh, can I take you to dinner? Yeah, if I can pay for my own, so I don't owe you anything. At 15, yeah, here, I'll do it. So I don't fucking owe you anything. That's it. 27 on the 11th. Yeah, I'm sure there are good people out there. I don't meet them in the mail. I mean, dating wise for me, I just have a sign on my head that says, if you can abuse me, please do so. So I will never date. 80 on Sunday. Oh, good for her, Vanessa. I mean, I hope she's healthy and everything. I love Sagittariuses. That's just me. I mean, I'm not going to put myself on any app. I think women are insane to do that. Insane. I mean, 1 out of 2 may work, but you're putting yourself in a position with people who you know are married, know this, know that. The shit I see, like, first of all, there's some chick ordering caviar. Did you guys see that on TikTok? She's like, I'm going to have the $600 caviar. Bitch, who goes out and does that? I mean, who goes out and orders that? Even if you're with a billionaire, I eat the same thing. And I'm not going to, I mean, $600 caviar, that's what you're doing when you fly out to see a guy. No wonder he bailed out of the restaurant. Come on. Who does that? That's the poor guy. The poor guy's like, oh, I was going to have this nice, date with this girl, and she orders $600 caviar. Like, first of all, that's not food. It's appetizer thing, whatever. And I don't even I just grill salmon. People do not like the way I cook. Keithy liked the way I cook. And Jason kind of eats like me, eats the same thing every day. Whatever it is, he eats it. I ate tuna for 3 years straight. I ate peanut butter for 3 years straight. So I eat the same thing, and then I'll switch it out and get sick of it and never eat it again. I just grill my salmon. So I put olive oil on it, salt and pepper, and now I'm into like red chili peppers, and I put that cheese. What's that cheese? Oh my God. You know, the cheese, the powdered cheese, that stuff. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I like it. It's that cheese. Everyone wants you on TikTok. I have a TikTok account. I don't feel like they steal off of here. I fucking hate these people. No, not Parmesan. It's the other one. I love baby food. When I was in my eating disorder, baby food was my thing. That's it. I carried it in my purse and I ate anything, but if I had to chew it, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I have my phobias. No, not Parmesan, not goat cheese. Feta cheese. I like putting it on the vegetables. And then I take cauliflower rice and I do that. No, feta. It's feta. And just a little. I crumple it on. And then I put olive oil on it. Then I just cook it for like 12 minutes. And that's it. I eat it. That's it. It's the same thing all the time. And I eat like 4 bags of popcorn a day. The Skinny Pop, 70 calories. I have 2 coffees. Well, I have 4 shots in the morning. Let's not going to lie. And a coffee in the afternoon. I drink water all day long. And to the idiot, here comes the microphone. To the idiot that commented on my page and said, oh my God, called me a heifer. You heifer. You eat candy and you eat Diet Coke. Let me reiterate that. When you're hiking, and I did over 20 miles, uphill in a desert, toughest day hike in North America, 1 of 5, okay? Cactus to Clouds, Google it. When I do that in Palm Springs, which it's too hot now, but when I do it in Palm Springs, okay, I take 3 protein bars and I take Welch's fruit snacks. So let me just explain this to you. So that's what I eat. I get to the top, I do the 6 miles back to the tram, and then I go into the restaurant in the tram. Shout out to Chris at the tram in Palm Springs. He's the bartender. He sees me run for the bathroom because I got to wash my hands and I'm all creepy and I got to pee in a bathroom as opposed to out on the trail. And he goes, Hi, Sloan, do you want your Diet Coke? Yes, I do. I'll be right out. So he puts my Diet Coke down, and then I order grilled salmon with vegetables, right? Yes, that's exactly what I do. So when I drink the diet soda, I just want you to understand this. The diet soda is like electrolytes. The electrolytes that athletes use when they run are full of chemicals. I prefer to eat a less chemical protein bar with a sugar snack, but low sugar, which if you look at an electrolyte, it's salt and sugar. So your non-electrolytes that you get, yeah, but they have that in the electrolytes that they sell. So I am having a diet soda. Keep this in mind. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do any drugs. I have a diet soda after I've hiked 20 miles. I think it's okay. I think it's cool. Okay. I think it's like okay after that, unless you want to fucking do it with me and see what you're craving. My stomach can handle it. I cannot have the regular sugar because it in the altitude eats the sugar of the diet of the Coke, regular Coke eats through my stomach and I end up with a stomach ache. I know I can tolerate Diet Coke. That's why I do it. And then I have coffee shots or hot chocolate. Maybe you'd like to complain about that. Maybe that's what you'd fucking like to do. No. So anyway, no, I was laughing at the comment. I just thought I'd bring it up. But when I need electrolytes and it's like, I will make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's what I will do. You crave a buffet after hiking all that. Yeah, I mean, it's just, so I eat the salmon, then I come home and I go out for dinner again for a second salmon. That's all. My TikTok account is official Sloan Bella. They stole my Sloan Bella name off of TikTok with almost 500,000 followers because they said I was impersonating myself. I have hired a lawyer. I have written the attorney general. I have talked to the Corporate Services Corporation, which is the middleman for fucking TikTok. I have a call into them for a supervisor because I want to know why these fucking people don't call me back, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, no, seriously, I went to the TikTok office. I've done everything. And they stole my thing. And like, how fucking dare you? My name, likeness, and image, it's a federal fucking offense to steal. These people will come on here and steal this content. You can't stop it. I hate it. That's why I don't feel like doing it. Like, I really don't feel like doing it. Sorry, true story. Yeah, anything. What do you think? The aliens have, what do you think about the aliens showing up this month? Hi, I'm an alien. I'm going to invade Earth in the month of June. Okay. They're already here. Yeah, they're already here. They're here. They're here, you guys. I have a lawyer. I've spent 10 grand on a lawyer. I can't. I mean, it equals that. I've had 6 lawsuits like going at once. They sued me in Seattle, right, for Tracy Twyman, her husband. I won that. There were 5 charges. I got them thrown out. I did that on my own. I didn't hire a lawyer for that. I wrote the stuff myself and got it thrown out, but it takes your time and fucking frustrates you because anybody can sue anybody, but they dropped me because I wouldn't hire a lawyer because that's what you do when you have not a murder case. If you don't have a murder case, don't do that shit. But anyway, I got out of that because Twyman's husband, whatever his name, I can't say it, Al something, blah, blah, blah. That guy sued like 40 people, anyone that had to do with his wife, even though like his wife chose her life and then suddenly she too hung herself with an 11-year-old child. Because why? Oh, because, yeah, okay, sure. She's the one that took all the information from Isaac Kappy when he forced himself off a bridge. Listen to the wording. Isaac Kappy forced himself off a bridge in Beaumont, Arizona, which is just outside Williamson, which is where the train is, which is just a little bit east or northeast or I don't know what direction, but away from the Grand Canyon. He didn't force himself off a ledge in the Grand Canyon. He forced himself off a little bridge in Beaumont. On the left side where there is like a gas station and a motel closed down. And on the right side, there is a, it looks like a Marine base or it might be an Indian base. I don't know. I got yelled at for quoting it wrong, but anyway, no, Isaac Kappy was murdered, and he gave his information to Tracy Twyman when she stayed right in Tucson in one of the trailer park areas, camping grounds. There, she got beat up there, and I think Tom Hanks as well. Because when I got sued, John's like, who has the money to sue like 40 different people, all of Tracy Twyman's radio show people and anybody like, Clyde Lewis, the host of the radio show that she co-hosted on. So just tell me, I've done Chester Bennington's video. He showed me he was murdered. He showed me exactly what happened. Anyway, and that video is from 2018. Anyhow, Tracy Twyman's husband basically, he accidentally, brutally forced himself off a bridge. Scopolamine, hypnotic, and boom. Anyway, Tracy Twyman took the information from Isaac Kappy. 2 months later, she's dead. And if you know about Tracy Twyman, she talks all about the elite families and all about all of those things. I mentioned it in the Chester Bennington video. So she talked all about that. She was out public with Satanism, child trafficking, child sacrifice, all of it. Mesa, Arizona. So who did I get fucking bashed by on the internet? A cult, as Bobby and I call them, the Arizona witches. They did these ad nauseum videos. They admitted to being the last people to see Isaac Kappy and the last people to see Tracy Twyman, right? Both. And so anyway, her husband decided to fucking sue me in this. And they got me. Here's Bobby. She's like on the phone with me that day. She's like, don't open the door. And I'm like, I'm like, my camera's not working. I can't see who's out there. And then they served me. And then, so I just answered. All you have to do is answer a lawsuit. They don't play, but I won in court and I got written up in Forbes. So if you look under lawsuit, Forbes magazine, Sloan Bella, they'll talk about it. They call me a fringe QAnon person. Is QAnon really wrong now though? No, they call me fringe, but it's written up in Forbes that 4 of the 5 charges I beat. And at the time, then we went back to court. I did that. I beat him. I just kept writing my answers. Yeah, no, you know why? Because when you hire a lawyer, the lawyer has to stay within the structure of the law, because that's why they go to a school and they get a degree and they blah, 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 whatever, right? Which takes a lot of time. They have to stay. And you're allowed to defend yourself. I've done all those videos. Anyway, so I defended myself because I can say stuff in court that they can't as lawyers. You can have a good lawyer, but they're bound within the legal wording of law school, which I don't know. So when I say something, people hear what I'm saying. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot and he's trying to intimidate me. A lawyer can't go about it quite like that. It's not like Perry Mason. Me, I say stuff and then the judge says to me, answer it like this and gives me an example, and they correct you, but it's still been said what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's still in their pocket. Like, who the fuck are these people? Fucking sue me. I didn't do anything. I read your wife's energy the 5 days after she died because I was invited on as a guest and I'm a psychic. So what I wrote in the paperwork is, I'm a psychic. I get my information from God, because then you're going to have to debate in court the existence of religion and God speaking to you, and they can't do it. You can't do it. That's what a fucking psychic does. They get their information from the other side. I'm going to call it, they sued me. I was in court with them for like 2 years out of Seattle. I was online, but I did it and they let me go with prejudice, which means they can't bring it up again. And it was written up in Forbes. I am written up. So it's Al Bustiani, I think is her husband's name. And I've done the video on that. And then it was Tracy Twyman. And so that's it. I don't want to what they want to do in court, which is what they did to Michael Jackson. What they want to do in court is bankrupt you. Some of the people that were sued by Tracy Twyman's husband, who were co-workers of hers and people like this and friends of hers and people that interviewed her. It's like my husband, if I die, suing Bunny because I went on her show. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? I chose to do it. He just shouldn't benefit from me. Why doesn't the loser of Tracy Twyman, the husband, why doesn't he fucking go get himself a public career instead of being a jealous person? And he said, and sued me because apparently people thought he murdered her and thought that I put that in their heads. I didn't say that. I said, and I quote, a husband and wife team. Now, if she's dead or he's the other part of the husband wife, then there aren't two people approaching her because he's the part and she's the other part. So these two, they were in a divorce, by the way. And what did he write in his court papers? This fucking lunatic wrote, my wife in the last 6 weeks of her life became a Trump supporter and a QAnon. Wow, bro. Wow. Really? She was mentally ill? That's what you're saying? She became schizophrenic at 41 or 2 or whatever? Shut the fuck up, dude. You're not fooling anybody. She didn't just become schizophrenic. It could have been a spiritual demonic attack where they put things in your brain and that's why you end up reacting. They can do voice, you guys know this, voice to skull technology, and you're like, jump off the bridge, jump off the bridge, jump off the bridge, right? Hi there. Hi. NDIS nurse welcomes you. Hi. Oh, I get it. You're a nurse. Yeah. I mean, he's one of them. She followed Trump. What, you're going to go into court and say because she voted for Trump, you got a fucking problem with that? Who the fuck are you? There's only 2 people you can vote for in this country. So she can fucking vote for who she wants, you goddamn bully. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. No, that was in my court papers. I have them. Like Bob, I sent everything to Bobby and John and they're like, whoa, that's like, I'm sorry. What does that have to do with her committing suicide? Which she fucking didn't. Okay. That's my opinion as a psychic. Anyway, Clyde asked me to do a reading on Tracy, who was his co-radio person sometimes on the station and friend. And so I did it, right? In I think it was 2019, and I think she passed like July 9th or somewhere about it. And I think I did the show like the 19th. And it was almost a year later that my son died. Anyway, that's how I remember it. I remember sitting in my bed, doing the call in my pajamas, because that's how I am, right? So I did the reading, and I remember what I got. She said a husband and wife team. Now, this husband and wife team started attacking me on the fucking internet, calling me, I'm not kidding, the stupid bitch wife or girlfriend or whatever she is, did an entire video of my horse face, calling me a horse face and my appearance for 4 hours, okay? And I'm like, okay, I may not be your taste, but do we have to do a video for 4 fucking hours? Just like they have my name flashing up on lights. It reminded me of like a Scientology attack, a cult attack. And apparently this cult is in Mesa, Arizona. And so now we might want to look into little Emily Pike, because who knows? I started getting all kinds of like threats from these people and all kinds of fucking shit, and people attacking me, and then people calling Bobby, talking about what this same cult, the person was very big on on YouTube, and he put himself as the last person to see Isaac Kappy, his girlfriend wife, the witch from Canada. She's Toronto witch, and she's a troll, you ugly bitch. Fucking do a video like that, weirdos. Anyway, after a certain point, and then people would comment, yeah, she's always been this, and I'm like, bro, what are you even talking about? Yeah, whatever, weirdo. Anyway, she did a video with Isaac Kappy, and suddenly he was dead. It was this dead man switch. He was staying over there, and this. So in my mind, he was murdered, probably by the people doing the video about me. So it's interesting that her husband, Tracy Twyman I'm talking about, her husband didn't go after them because they put themselves in proximity with her on all kinds of Reddit articles. And I saw a husband and wife team. I didn't know who these people were till I did and got sued. Okay, I didn't know who they were as people. I had no idea. Yeah. I was like, Okay. Whatever, lady. What does this woman sell in her store, in her apothecary? Yeah, devil's breath. What's devil's breath? Scopolamine. Yeah, bitch blew scopolamine in Cappy's face and he forced himself off a bridge. The paper write-up, not mine. And then I followed the tracks psychically. I had no idea, but John and I drove to Arizona. Then I went to Flagstaff. We ate in the restaurant with the beautiful selenite chandeliers. Oh, so beautiful. Yummy turkey sandwich after I ran rim to rim in the Grand Canyon. But anyway, yummy turkey sandwich and French fries because I was hungry. So sue me after doing the Grand Canyon, which is like 20 miles in and of itself, 20 something. Anyhow, yeah. So I went to Flagstaff. Then we went through the road on the way back from Flagstaff to Tucson, where you turn right and go to the Grand Canyon. And the Isaac Kappy had driven that road to meet Tracy Twyman in the campground over there. Okay, over there, and she had been beaten up, according to her, on that weekend. So I found this out after, so I was already getting sued. I think it was it was July. I was about to go over to Allie and Andrews. I was getting ready for July 4th. Keith's friends, going over to the house, and I got served. I was like, fuck off with this. So, but the thing is, when you're a psychic, okay, when you're a psychic, the information comes from, you can use the word God, you can use the word guides, you can use the words religion, but it's not a slanderous point. I'm getting information, and you could hear. So here's what I did. Here's another trick legally. So let's say you're in a divorce and you want to record your partner because they're being a jackass. It's illegal, one-sided recording. But here's where it's not illegal, because I did this. It's not illegal. Okay, so it's illegal to record without permission, right? So you can record without permission. You can't put that into court. So what you have to do is transcribe it, right? Yeah, I think you know with a beard who it is. Think of a phoenix. Anyway, so you can get it transcribed. So with the radio show, I got it transcribed. I sent that into the court. I'm like, show me here where I'm accusing this motherfucker of murder. But now that he's outed himself, I said nothing like this. I said nothing like this. I did not accuse him. But now I do think he did it. That's my personal opinion, because who says I said something I didn't say? Who says I said something I didn't say? Because I had the transcription. So I'm like, nowhere on here does it say that I'm accusing him. It says a husband and wife team. The word is team, meaning two people acting like a husband and wife. Right. Bingo. Yeah. I mean, shut the bleeping fuck up. Jesus. Anyway, so I won that in the sense that I got dropped from the lawsuit, which is a win-win. His lawyer kept going, you can get a lawyer, you can get one pro bono. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that. And I used the anti-slap law in it. So I researched and tried to figure out what I could use, because I showed up on a alternative radio show with an alternative skill. And therefore I used the anti-slap law. That's what I did. That's what I wrote up. Took time. I mean, Jesus. But anyway, so I was getting sued there. I was in the middle of divorce and I was in court for Keith's case. In July, I will update you on Keith's case. We have one more court thing. I will update you all, but it seems to be going in a good way. So I'm not going to speak about it till July when the court date has happened. And then I will talk about that. And that, I'm going to tell you something. So my son's had a friend, I'm not saying which son, but one of my son's best friends ended up passing away in April of last year in a way that they tried to blame him. And he was a musician, of course, and they tried to blame him for his own passings without outing this person. Anyway, I told the mother of this person, you need to open up a wrongful death lawsuit and leave it open-ended to find there's a way to word it, like open-ended to find the dough. Yeah, this little kid, it was a friend of Jason's. best friend of Jason's growing up. But anyway, I don't believe he did this to himself. And if he did, the thoughts were planted in his head. Anyway, not the point. The person he was around, I feel, is the person who orchestrated it, etc. But not the point now. I'm not even going to get into that. So I said to her, this is what I said to her. I said, you need to open up a wrongful death lawsuit like I did with Keith. I did not know what happened to Keith. These are Glamnetics press-on nails. $15, 16, whatever they were, 11, 12, I don't know. Here, these are them. Anyway, and I'm not making money off it. I'm showing you what I did. Anyway, when it happened to Keith, I did not know what happened to Keith. The police, now I'm going to say this, the police lie, not my friend Stacy, because Stacy showed me how to fight for my son, and I just gave her the news about what's happening. So Stacy is a homicide detective that works with Crenshaw, and well, she's retired now. Yay, Stacy! She did her time and she's free. But she came to my aid the day that Keith died, the day after. And she brought me little cake pops too, because she knows how much I like to drown my sorrows with sugar. And she was so sweet. She stepped in and did everything. She read the toxicology for me. She put into perspective what she thought happened, right? And she works with gang members and more poverty people that can't get their word and their voice in court. And she does that. She's a homicide detective, smart, and she's never shot anybody. And she's dealing with gang members and all kinds of things. And she helps the families of murdered people. The ones that people throw out and the regular police aren't going to deal with. She deals with them and she follows through. So she is just tremendous, okay? Just tremendous gift. She came right to me and she said, this is what I feel like you, she's an advocate. Oh my God, are you kidding? Are you kidding? So I said to her, get ready because we're going to do Cactus to Clouds. She's never had the time to come with me. We used to run in the mornings together and she's never had the time to come with me. So I said, you're coming with me. She'll have time to hike. I go, we're going to the Grand Canyon. Then we're going to do Cactus to Clouds. We're going to do Baldy. We're going to do it, girl. We're going to do it, girl. And so she just retired this week. And anyhow, and she's real physical fit. She's a real physical girl. And both her and her partner are homicide detectives. So yeah, these are lily lashes and you don't glue them on. They just go to your body heat. And you can use them 5 times in a row, they say. I'm testing them. I kind of ripped them out a few times. Anyway, she came and she told me, you're going to subpoena the LAPD Discovery Unit body cam footage. That's the cameras that the police wear. I was looking for a particular person that was described to me by witness Ryan in my conversation. Now, I didn't leave it to the police. I trust nobody with my children, and I need to figure this out for myself. When Jason and I got to Keith's whatever, where he died, within 10 minutes, the officer's like, he was going 100 miles an hour. He did a wheelie and he crashed. Now, Jason, I can see it on the body cam footage. Jason was like, nah, bro, no, that didn't happen. We know Keith, that didn't happen, okay? So that was so confusing. I didn't have time to argue with them that day. I was broken, like my friend whose son passed last year. So I needed to find out. So first I went and had 500 weatherproof sticker, not paper. Please help if you witness this accident. Okay. No, he got forced off the road by a car. So he was put in imminent danger. It's called a no contact hit and run. So if you know you cause an accident by turning left in front of someone, forcing them to go off the road when you don't have the right of way, and you don't stop because you're a cocksucker or a dick licker, whatever it is, if you don't stop, that is a no contact hit and run. Of course, I didn't know anything about that on that day. It was a straight road on DeSoto, and I could not figure out why my very coordinated son decided to run off a road, hit a cemented into the ground mailbox too close to the road, which when he hit it, I guess he tried to lift his leg and the metal cut his leg off, which is because it was on a hill, which is why it looked like a wheelie, because that's a death grip. And he flew, hit the, and I've said this ad nauseum, hit the telephone pole and then hit the tree, and then the bike separated, right? Yeah, that's what happened. He was not doing a wheelie. He was not going 100 miles an hour. Just because the police say something doesn't make it true. And the bitch officer that talked to Jason, she was like, are you calm now? Are you calm? Are you going to listen? And I'm like, he's trying to run to his brother on the ground, and you're fucking talking to him like that. You fucking see you next Tuesday. Why don't you get a life and learn how to speak to people instead of trying to be some kind of fucking authoritative person? And then Arlene and Carol were there, and Arlene blocked a cop from talking to me because she could hear her. And I was just, Arlene's like, you need to go over there. I'll handle it. She was just like, get away from Sloan. Just get the fuck away from Sloan. Don't talk to her. Anyway, my point is, getting back to my friend, yeah, no, she was totally rude to Jason. He did what I did. I can see it on the tape. I ran straight out my car door for my son, and they would not let me near my son's body. I threw the fucking, yeah, Arlene was fantastic. I was like, no, she wrote everything down. If it wasn't for her writing everything down and being my liaison, I wouldn't know what the fuck I was doing because I couldn't remember a thing. But I ran and I went to see Keith, and Jason got out of his car, and he moved the same way and did the same thing. Anyway, the reason you need to open a lawsuit, which at the very least is going to cost you $2,500, so $2,500 in Los Angeles, and you write it pro se or pro per, whatever, I don't know the correct term, because you're doing it as yourself. You don't have to hire the lawyer because that would cost you 50 grand. But you do have to write the lawsuit for wrongful death. And there's an open-ended clause that my lawyer used. He's a criminal lawyer. And he used it. I don't know what it is, but it means we don't know who we're trying to bring into this lawsuit because we don't know all the characters yet. So it leaves it open-ended. Pro se, thank you. And you have 2 years from the day that the incident, the wrongful death happened. That's the statute of limitations. So you have to get that done. You've got to come up with the 2,500. The reason you do that, at least for me, so witness Ryan saw my request for help and phoned me, okay? And phoned me and said, I'm going to tell you, about 2 months after Keith died, before, maybe it was early December, before Keith's birthday. Anyway, called me and said to me, this is what I witnessed. Now, he mentioned something to me. I saw it not on the police report. Bobby and I heard it. Bobby interviewed him. I heard it. Somebody sent me a picture with the description of this person, but there was nothing written about it on the police report. So body cam footage is what you need, because the first officers that show up, or the paramedics, these paramedics did not have cameras on their unit. I checked that, okay? They wrote the report. I got all of that. I got the 911 calls, the redacted 911 call, meaning I couldn't hear it. I also subpoenaed that. I got that. You either get it from the paramedics, the fire department, or you get it from the police station. It depends who handles it. The police station redacted it because, why are police fighting you? Well, you'd have to listen to the whole story. You'd have to listen to the whole story. My son died on the ground. That's why. Anyway, you can't trust what they say. They want to close a case. It's not that they didn't do their investigation, but they came to something in their thinking, okay? They came to something in their thinking and wrote it off. Now, they stopped answering my calls. They stopped listening to me. They stopped talking to me. So I filed a complaint against them as well. And I got it in writing, the correct information put, because I record everything and everybody. That's it. Just know it. Just know it. And I'm going to transcribe it and I'm going to submit it to the fucking courts. Period. So I got that redacted tape. And what it was the 911 operator saying, I have the mother on the phone. What do I tell her? And the policeman, whoever it was, saying, you can't tell her she's driving. But I was just asking for a hospital. I didn't know that he was alive. I was hoping he was alive. So I was asking for a hospital. But anyway, they never did tell me. I found my way there. I found my son. I saw the tape around there and lost my mind. Anyway, so you write the wrongful death lawsuit. This is what I've told my friend to do with her son. I said, open-ended. Name the people you think it is. So I named like the people that fixed my son's bike. I named the mailbox owner, but I didn't have the reason for why my son went off the road. So you have to put these pieces together. The police do not have time, especially in a big city, to do this for you. And if you're not famous and, you know, publicly shot in the middle of the street, the traffic division's not going to do it, right? So what you need to do is open and open-ended, and I don't know how you word that. You have to ask the lawyer. It will cost you $2,500 to $5,000. You're going to have to eat that money, even if you never do a lawsuit, because then you subpoena the discovery unit. You have to be in an active lawsuit to subpoena the LAPD discovery unit. They will not let the mother of a dead murdered victim or anybody get that information without a subpoena. Now, there's the Freedom of Information Act. That didn't work for me. So when you have a lawsuit, you have a right to that information because you're going into court. Now, the only time the lawsuit starts, you have to file it within a 2-year limitation of, I did all that. I know what happened now. And it costs money to hire a reconstructionist. I had lovely people, Elizabeth and her husband, go out there and measure the scene for me, not charging me and sending me what they thought happened. Beautifully done. So people can help you and they can do it. Bobby and Lucas reconstructed what happened and because even when you're doing it, the police may not have it exactly right either. They're just showing up to some random whatever it appears like. And it appears like my son on a motorbike, sped through and literally ran off the road because he's an idiot. He's a jackass. He was squirreling around. I knew that wasn't true. I know my son. He will squirrel around, but I just knew that wasn't it. So did Jason, okay? No, it's a long story. Anyway, you want to do the discovery unit, the body cam footage. When I did the body cam footage, the first footage was that officer tipping. I mentioned him. He was murdered by the LAPD, according to his family. They were found innocent, but he went to do, they do reenactments or whatever, their exercises as cops. He was the first officer, tall, blonde, and showed up and was the first one talking to the paramedics. He was one of the respectful officers, not making fun of my son. There were some on there on the video cam making fucked up jokes, okay? So you'll see all of that. You'll see your dead child on the ground, your dead husband, your dead wife. You'll see it, but at least you know what you're looking at and you can put the conversations together. So anyway, Officer Tipping showed up. His name was Houston Tipping. Look it up. He was about 32, tall and blonde, just like Keithy, and he went straight over to the paramedics and they gave him time of death. It was 1:16 p.m. I saw that on the camera footage. The paramedics called it. So the paramedic went in, it was 2 seconds after, and did it 1:16. Then I watched Officer Tipping go around and do what he had to do. He did the correct thing, asking the person who pulled out in front of my son to leave their name. That person did not leave their name. This person was asked 5 times and given access. I can see it. So you have body cam footage. Now, she's the exact description of the witness, Ryan, what he said to me and their conversation, okay, which wasn't written down. So you have to interview, you have to listen, you have to put up signs, you have to leave your phone number, you have to work like a fucking dog. You have to work like a fucking dog. I went out within 12 hours. I grabbed Deanna, we walked the streets. I walked the streets every day for 2 years. I talked to every person on 6-block radius and sat out there at night watching people coming, taking pictures, taking license plates, following leads, Bobby phoning people, following leads, looking shit up. I did that for 2 years, okay? It took me 3 years to get the body cam footage and about 18 tries. I kept going downtown, 19th floor, City Hall, 19th floor, LAPD Discovery Unit. You fill out a paperwork, you give them $15, pretty reasonable actually, and they give you everything that they have, right? Everything. So you see the police interviews, you hear the police interviews, you watch the officer talking. So I was able to see all of that information. And I was able to piece together. Then I was able to hear other conversation, see things that I needed to see, and then I was able to do that. Now, once you filed the lawsuit, here's what the problem is. Once you serve the paperwork to the people on the lawsuit, that's when they start to countersue you. John's like, be careful, they're going to come after your ass. So I started getting sued. So I now had to find a lawyer to step in. I couldn't find a lawyer. Oh, 20,000, this amount. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to go to court. So the first 2 court hearings for wrongful death, I showed up. John and Jason were on the lawsuit. So John showed up. Jason was at work. But anyway, me and John showed up for the second one. So then I had to go find a lawyer. And this lovely woman, and I will say her name in July once this is done. But this lovely woman, I was going to lunch and I was sitting there looking through the internet. And I said to John, I have 2 weeks to find a lawyer or I'm sued by all these people that I put on the lawsuit. I have to appear in court and they're going to drop the case because eventually it has to go off the roster. She stepped in, I think it was the end of October. She stepped in. I found her 2 weeks before that happened. I talked to her assistant. I can use his name, Kelly. Shout out to Kelly. He gave the information to his boss. She called me back. She's a specialist in this area. She took the case so beautifully and so willingly. I don't even know what to say. Amazingly, and helped me put the last part of everything together from God. And I picked her. I'm going to laugh. You guys are going to laugh. I was going through and I'm like, male, female, which one? And she's a pretty blonde woman. And I said, I was on the phone with John. I was going to meet him, but I had to keep doing this. So I was doing this he passed. Yeah, he died and his parents sued. He's the first one that showed up on Keith's accident. And it was 6 months later or a year later. I'm not sure because Stacy knew who it was. When I sent the tapes to her, she's like, that's Officer Tipping. So she's the one that pointed it out. Obviously she knows. Anyway, this one was a pretty blonde woman. Her website and her face and her write-ups, she's an attractive woman. I'm like, blonde lady, I'm doing it. She's attractive. And so that's literally what I went on. And she's been top A game. She's A game, phenomenal. Literally asked me for this, very sensitive, very kind, completely on par with everything, followed her advice. Kelly, her assistant, beautifully communicative, on point, on board, for me and John both, kind, speaking to me when she doesn't have to, to make sure that I'm emotionally okay. Beautiful, okay? Beautiful. Thank you for posting that piece. That's the first officer that showed up. So incredible. But I advise any mother of a child that feels her child was wrongfully killed for whatever reason to take the investment and open up a lawsuit and get the body cam footage from your state, from your city, from your whatever, find out the procedure and do that. Elizabeth and her husband, I can't remember her husband's name. They were separate. They were from Santa Barbara, if I'm correct. And they literally went out and measured what happened to Keith and told me what their scenario was. I mean, absolutely, people reached out to me in the most beautiful way. And the witness, Ryan, had he not spoken to me, I would have had no idea about this person. Now, here's another thing. So I went around the neighborhood asking people if they saw anything, heard anything. I got yes, exactly. No, I don't think Officer Tipping they murdered him. And I can believe that. He was sticking up for a coworker that was raped. So he was testifying against officers that raped a coworker, from my understanding. You might want to correct me on that, but that was my understanding. And he ended up dead because he stood up for somebody who got raped. So he's a good kid. That's why he's dead. He's a good person. That's why that would happen. Of course. Yeah. He, during, you know, when they test you, like they make you go through your athletics, his neck, back, and liver, something was broken. So he was defending his coworker, female, who got raped by the male boys club. That's what he was doing. So God bless him, because he had the balls to put his money where his mouth was, stand up for it, and his life ended, but he did the correct thing. So in God's eyes, he did the correct thing at his own expense. Training session. Thank you. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to die in a training session. That's why they do it. They have fake target. I mean, John and I had John's best friend in high school was a homicide detective like Stacy. And he told me about those academy procedures where they do that. But I could see him, and I could see the people that can't, I could see everything. Anyway, I went around the neighborhoods looking for Ring doorbell cameras. The police found a neighbor that had a Ring doorbell camera that showed the vehicle that came out in front of my son. But I didn't have that. Stacy saw that, and Stacy said, this is why this happened. So anyway, later on the paperwork, the police officer can be heard asking people, has the mother been around asking questions? I'm going to fucking ask questions. It's a free country, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Police officers, I'm going to do whatever I want to do when my son ends up dead on the road and I don't believe what the fuck you're telling me, okay? Whether it's my son's fault or not, let me fucking find that out for myself. Let me do my investigation. He's my child, and I'll do it. And I believe every parent should approach it from that perspective, okay? From that perspective, fucking do it, all right? Do it. Don't let anybody tell you not to do it. I'm telling you, I got told by family members, people, you're never going to find out what happened. It doesn't bring him back. Of course, the fuck not. It doesn't bring him back. But I have an event and a storyline of what happened to my child, my youngest child. Very important to me. Very important to me. Okay? Extremely important. Do 90% of the background work yourself. Start researching, writing down, documenting. I was so lucky Bobby came into it because she's a phenomenal professional investigator. And she said, Keith told her to do it. I've told, they didn't break me because I was already dead inside. So I only have one button and it's go, go, go. And I was already dead. Like, you couldn't affect me emotionally. I was observing shit. I can never say that right. Anyway, I was watching shit and I was like, take note, take note. And what you think happens because you have a gut feeling isn't always what happens. So, Bobby painted that picture because Keith told her to send it to me, and that way I would talk to her, and I talked to her. Because anyone who sends me that kind of beautiful artwork, I'm literally going to talk to you. Anyway, I told my friend the same thing. Open the case. Because you know something's off in this, okay? You know something is off. A mother will feel it, even if your child is partially responsible or whatever. Doesn't mean what is going on. You need for your mental health to know. I believe that. I know everybody on this channel was so grateful. I'm so grateful for the help. But they do that. They want to put the cases down. Then I went to internal affairs and I filed a report against what the officer said because they basically blamed it on Keith. So I proved that it wasn't Keith. Now, they said we're not going to discipline him, but that fucker knows that I know what I'm talking about. And he's not just going to twist it and say this when it's not that. Okay? Anyway, the body cam footage is interesting. So then I went, there was a lady named Rachel, and she had the accident on her Ring camera, but it was like if you're driving the opposite way, it only took this piece, but you could hear the accident. You could see the cars driving by. One of the vehicles driving by filmed it 1 minute after it happened and put it up on Motorcycles Down in California. And my friend Lori found the video and then sent that to me. So I found that. He gave me a copy of the video. The stringer people, the people that photograph it for these news outlets, I got the video from them. Everybody was really agreeable. I went on Citizens app. I listened to the commentary. I looked. We tried to track down, what the hell was that woman's name? Something bunny. Anyway, we tried to track that bitch down. We figured out who it was. She witnessed it. The police did go down to like the Papa John's, the this, the that. They could never get the body cam footage. I tried. They just, they act like they don't speak English and they want to talk to you, whatever language they were speaking. Anyway, so that homeowner named Rachel, she gave me that. And then the guy that had the ring camera across sent me a file. And because he sent me that file, I was able to piece together with the body cam footage who and what did what and where and what they said and da 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 da. So I will say what happened in July, but not right now. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then there were people that were selling drugs out of their house while running rehabs who didn't want to give their camera footage over because it would show more than they wanted. Exactly. So you can never know what the hell. But I got it figured out. And with the grace I was shown from everybody on here and the lawyer that stepped in and Bobby and every single person who stepped in, I can't imagine not doing that. Like, I literally can't imagine that as a parent, just believing what the police, but here's another side of that. So you've got Los Angeles, and I was talking to a lady whose brother was murdered on the street by the police officers. He would carry a Bible. I guess he was kind of mentally ill or schizophrenic or maybe on meth. I can't remember exactly. And the family didn't talk English or speak English. What are those people going to do? They're going to believe the police. They might be here illegally. They might be, whatever. But who helps them? Because we need like Hispanic advocates and other country advocates for first world immigrant people whose children are murdered. There was another one, an acquaintance of mine, family member, I heard it through a third party psychic, but their daughter got hit by an actual truck coming off of the freeway, just ran her over when she was on her way to 7-Eleven. And there was like a name on the truck and then the police just let it go. It's like, you don't fucking let that go because you don't like the neighborhood in Compton or whatever the fuck is happening because it's a poor neighborhood. Who the fuck are you? Now, I will say this. If you don't think you're living in a satanic society, that mother didn't know what to do with herself. She now had to raise the grandkids. She wasn't physically well, the grandmother. There was poverty involved and they don't fucking help you. Stacy helped those people, but they don't help you. They just tell you and you just listen because it's a Freemason authoritative style. Freemason authority, right? I know somebody has stepped in who knows another language. I don't know the other languages. I had a hard enough time and was told all kinds of fucking stupid well, it's in a bad area though. Not all of Compton, but it's in a bad area and it might not even be Compton. It might be in the outskirts of that. I believe you with that, but wherever it was an undesirable part of that city and it was by a freeway off ramp and they just let it fucking slide. Like, what? No, you're hired by the people. Do your fucking job. If you've got it there, go find that trucking company and go find out who was driving and go fucking pull them in. Okay? Now, the other really interesting aspect of it is Freemasonry and the court system and all of that. They have the black and white tiles, right? The ugly black and white tiles. When I pulled up on my kid on the ground, the first officer that spoke to me told me he was property of LAPD. Do you hear what I'm saying? No, he's one of God's children and he's my son. He's not your fucking son because he had an accident on the goddamn road. Don't ever fucking say that to the mother of a dead child on the road, you fucking moron. Who teaches you? Yes, he did. He did. The cop did say that. They 105 and 91. It might have been that, Martha. It was like a year and a bit ago, and it was a woman with 2 kids on her way to 7-Eleven. He's property of LAPD. No, he's not. He's my son, and you fucking learn how to talk different. Fucking learn it. He's my child. He's not your fucking property. Yeah, no, property. I'm serious. That was said to my face. I didn't make that up. I heard that. Then I was told it's a spiritual, they're civil servants, but that's what they said. That's what they fucking said. Seriously. And so I was also told there's a spiritual war. My friend Arlene heard that conversation. I already fucking know that. Okay. Yeah, they're from Toronto, my hometown. That's what was said to me. No. No, I was dead at that time. Every emotion I ever had left my body. So I talk like this. I didn't even cry. I was like, did you see what happened? I went over around. I was just matter of fact. I was complete flat affect, which was super good because emotionally you can't really do this. The emotions left me. I've never had them back since. Like, I really don't give a shit. But anyway, nobody is property of anybody. You are one of God's children, and that's not a property. So it was really fucking interesting, really super interesting. Nor do you understand or believe Jesus is real. I absolutely understand Jesus is real and believe, but whatever you're saying. Anyway, so it's very, no, but see, you're a public servant. So the Freemasonry style goes out there. Now, you have the same thing in the CPS court, in the regular court, with the judges. They all want to be authorities. You're not my motherfucking authority. You're not my goddamn authority, okay? Unless you live your life in equality to what I think and what I do, you don't pass judgment on me. Now, judges are supposed to be even-tempered or even-keeled or even, but they're not. They're fucking not. And neither are the cops. The cops go on what the people tell them. What if the person's crazy and says this or makes up shit about somebody? You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? So stupid, right? So fucking stupid. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was my youngest son. Anyhow, now let's go to the guy in Washington State that allegedly, because we don't know that it was him, that, yes, I believe in God. It says, I believe in everything. I prayed to Jesus and to God my entire life. I don't need a lesson on that. I don't need to go to church. I don't need to read the Bible. I already know inside of myself. That's my thing, okay? But anyway, the guy that killed his 3 little daughters, the homeless dad. Now, isn't that fucking interesting? This is my contention. CPS court, okay, honest to motherfucking God. The dad is homeless, but he's military. There's a connection to the military there. He's a weaponized human. I am not sure that he did this by himself and there wasn't something else going on underneath the surface. I haven't looked into it. I just, as soon as I heard military, I know how they fracture their brains. And you cannot blame a military person for being fractured and fucked up because of what the government does to them. Okay? I don't even know what that means. I'm serious. Like, he's hot. He's military. So weaponized human. I don't necessarily think it's fully him. Having said that, it's partially him. But as soon as I hear military, I have the greatest empathy for the abuses of that man's brain to, first of all, make him homeless. Now, here's a question. Having been born into an orphanage, given up for adoption, and lived in an orphanage for the first 10 and a half months of my life till I was adopted, and then back as a ward of the court before I ran away at the age of 14, okay? Running away since the age of 10. Very familiar with CPS, the court, and the foster care system. As I said, I lucked out with my Aunt Betty, and she was perusing the courts at the time, looking for people she thought she could help. And she was very, very focused on Jesus and God. And this is what she gave back. And she was beautiful at what she did. Having said that, CPS allows this homeless vet, right? It does sound like a CIA project, this homeless vet. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. CPS comes to check that you have food in the house. They come to see where you're living. They make a judgment on how you live, where your kids live, if you share beds with your kids, if you don't, if you breastfeed, if you don't, if somebody smokes cigarettes, if they don't, if somebody's a crazy partner and says something and that's not true or true, if it's really true, they won't deal with it. They will deal with what's untrue because it's easy for them. The guy's homeless. He doesn't have money. They can't fucking come for him. He lives in his truck. So they let the kids go with him. Where are they going? To the truck? Because yeah, and supervised visitations. Hello. And let me tell you about supervised visitations. So CPS comes over, you got to pay them for them to supervise you watching your kids. They won't do it in your house because that's a hot zone, I guess. You could do something to them in your house. They don't want to do it in a park. They want to go to an indoor play area, even when the babies are little. I guess that's because there's public there. So that kind of makes sense to me. But this guy who lives in his truck, no supervision for him, even at the mother's request. Of course, the mother is a fucking woman, so they're not going to listen to her. Unless the woman is making up stories about the husband, then they go after the fucking husband, okay? If the mother said shit and the cops write it down, they go right after the husband without any kind of criminal record. This guy is known to be homeless and having a psychotic break, but they let him go unsupervised because it is a real thing, okay? They're not going to do it. So who the fuck is the judge on this case? Who is the judge that said this guy can have those kids? I want to know who the fuck that judge is. That guy needs to be called out. I'm going to find his name. Who's the judge? I don't know who the judge is, but who the fuck is that judge? Bro, what are you doing in your goddamn CPS court? First of all, CPS court, it's not televised because they're usually minors. And if they have to pay favors off, they send their loser judges into CPS court. This is what I've heard. I've read a whole bunch of stuff on it. CPS has more authority than a real court. This mother is like I know they traffic people. I know what they do. They take certain babies to, oh, we can come and just take your baby. Get the fuck out of my house. Why is that allowed in our society? You got to be served with paperwork, first off, for everything and anything you do by a legal person serving you. They just come, but not with the homeless guy in the truck. Now the 3 kids are dead. Who's going to help that family recover? They're not going to help anybody recover, right? But let's see who the judge is. Let's call this guy's name out. Because this guy, okay, let's see. Judge who allowed visitation with homeless vet. Okay, Judge Blas VA. Okay, no. Homeless vet who killed 3 kids, right? 3 daughters. Somebody tell me this guy's name. I'm trying to Google it quick here. I should have looked it up. Okay, who's the judge? Yeah. Who is the fucking judge? They put everything out there public, but yeah, the mother is dead because of CPS in Florida. I'm sure CPS does it. I understand CPS. I was born in the system. I get it. I've had my dealings with them. Decker's the guy. Who's the fucking judge? Who's the judge? Who's the judge in this case? What's a terrible thing to say? That the government caused the vet to go out of his mind? What do you think they do? It's government programming. Weaponized. I usually have like 5,000 viewers. This is a little bit smaller because I'm not talking Diddy tonight. So, whatever. Who's the judge? He lived in his 2017 GMC pickup. He's 5'8". He's described as weighing 190. He was last seen wearing a light t-shirt, dark shorts. And no one's telling me who the judge is. That judge needs to be taken off right now. No, I mean, it's whatever. It's great. I'm happy anybody's here. Yeah, who are you to judge anybody? And in CPS court, here's something. When they send their people, hi Flo, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Somebody come up with the name of this judge. I cannot find it online, but I'm trying to do it here. Yes, PTSD military, but also weapon. Judge Jordan. Okay. Chestnut is judge. Judge Jordan. Okay. That guy or woman. Is it a woman or a man? Whoever that is, they think the dad is still alive. I don't know if the dad is still alive. I haven't looked into it. The problem is these people, Judge Robert Jordan. Okay, everybody start writing to that court system now. The mother specifically, MK Ultra, bingo, Angel, bingo. Nobody believes this shit goes on. The military is a hybrid for CIA weaponizing of people's minds and the corruption, okay? And the people that when they come, first of all, the wars that they have people fighting are for money. They're not for freedoms or human beings and weapons of mass destruction. George Bush, fuckity fuck right off. Did you guys see the TMZ report that there was a fifth plane? Did you see that? Oh, it was hidden from us. Judge Robert Jordan. That guy. Let's look up what he looks like. Let's put him under judgment. Let's put him under fucking judgment. CPS court, are you fucking kidding me? You make a person who doesn't even have a criminal record fucking jump through hoops because you're a bunch of morons, but you let this guy who is homeless. So where exactly are they visiting? And the mother is gracious enough not to kidnap her own children because she knows she'll lose custody and this guy will get custody of them. So she tries to play by the rules. Now she's dead inside for the rest of her life. It is so sickening. But they will never go after a real threat. That's why that little boy in California, Robert, the kid that went to school and told his teacher, they burned me, they cut me, and CPS kept sending him back home. Kept sending him back home. Let's see, the article I read says they didn't trust the mom. Of course they don't trust the mom. It's reverse world. It's Satanism, you fucking people. It's Satanism. It's not correct. And here's the thing. Once this happens, CPS should be abolished in every state. They're getting government funding for doing bullshit. Kids get Fernandez, that little boy, that sweet little boy begged people. His teacher told Gabriel Fernandez, let's not forget him. CPS kept sending him back to the stepfather because the real father was in jail. The biological father was in jail. And I mean, can you imagine you're in jail? Okay, you fucked up. So what? So what? You're doing your time, and your mom, your ex baby mama, she got to hook up with a guy because she's a fucking mental patient, and they got to hurt the child because the guy, and she's a pick-misha, the guy don't like your DNA because his little dick gets offended. His little tiny dick gets offended. Thank you, Flo, for that. And then they burn him, they starve him, they beat him, and that's what happens. And then CPS is okay with sending the kid back. But then in the rest of Los Angeles, CPS has to fucking make up fake shit and take custody away from this and that. They don't even have any fucking evidence. They have the word of somebody or the word of someone else, and then they twist it. So of course they fucking blamed the mother. But anyway, let me look up this. Judge Robert Jordan, spelled like Jordache jeans. Jordan, as opposed to Jordan, the female name. All right, let's look this guy up. Let's write letters to this guy. Let's fucking, oh yeah. All right, here we go. Oh God, Sloan, stop. You're going to say the word pedo. You know you're going to say fucking pedo. You're going to say pedo. He's an old white man. I'm an old white man. Old white man. If this is him. Okay, Nashville. Maybe that's not him. It says he practiced law in Nashville. Let's see. Eastern. No, that's not him. Sorry. He's not an old white man. Where was it? Seattle? See, I can't even find his name on here. Sorry, that's another old white man. Is it Seattle, Washington State? Washington State. Washington State. All right, let's look up this guy. All right. Okay, scratch that. Oh, God, this guy. Uh-huh. Okay, wait. Maybe that's not him either. All right, let's look. Yep, this is him. Oh, he's young. He looks like a cop. He looks like a good old boy. Now the woman's 3 kids are dead. Now the woman's 3 children are dead. Anyone else? Yeah, I've been extremely tired. Okay, let's look at this guy's picture. Let's put his picture that's on the internet. Here, this is him. He's not an old white guy. I don't know what he is, but he has nice teeth. He should have used his teeth to judge correctly. So he's affiliated with government organization. Oh, he needs to be completely out of CPS. These are lily lashes with no glue. Aren't they fun? Okay. He needs to be literally, it's not the old guy, white guy in Tennessee. He needs to be literally taken off the case. I mean, he's too smiley, but he's smiling for his smiley picture. He's smiling for his smiley picture. Let's read the background on him. Let's learn how this guy, oh, of course they wanted 3 little white girls. Of course. Of course. They want the girls and the mom ain't going to give them up. So they're going to give them to the crazy dad. Then they're going to videotape something while they trigger him with a memory. MK Ultra, like the military does, makes killing machines. That's what they do. And that's what they're going to want to do, is film that. Now, I did hear something and my mind was blowing. He's showing some teeth. I know. Like this. I'm sorry. Just shut up. Shut up, Sloan. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So Jordan was appointed to the Superior Court judgeship in June of 2021. So we're talking 4 years this month, to replace retired Judge Leslie Allen. I really want Leslie Allen's opinion on this. He took the bench July 4th. Now he's running unopposed for re-election in 2022, which means he's a pay for play, okay? He's a pay for play. They say they put the worst judges into CPS court because they can't have them on camera doing their stuff or have people in the court watching them. Like, you can't go into CPS child court and film or talk about it because there's minors, right? So I try to be very careful. Let's see. There are cases that can weigh heavily on a person, he says. So I try to be careful with that and make the best decision I can, always considering the fact that I have to look out what's in the best interest of the children. Clearly, by letting them see unsupervised their PTSD, CPTSD, military father who's homeless. That was a wonderful decision. Bravo, asshole. Bravo. Now, I'm not in his place, and I don't know who paid him to do that, but it was a payoff on some level. And if he doesn't lose his job for this, then you know, you understand. Yes, never squat in the bush. Well, I did, and I got that all over my ass. It's a fun lesson. I don't carry a knapsack when I'm only doing like 14 miles. I just carry a water bottle. Anyway, who is this guy? Let's see. The different cases resolved stuff for a long time. I couldn't figure out. Blah, 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 blah. He needs to go before a group of parents who've lost their children to the immorality of CPS. And he needs to be fucking held in contempt for his actions, put into jail for what he did. Put into jail for what he did. Put into jail for, what's his first name? His first name is Judge Robert Jordan, Jourdan. Superior Court Judge in Wenatchee. I hope I'm saying that right. Wenatchee Court. This guy, off the rails, needs to be in court himself and punished for the murder of these 3 girls. Yeah, of course they're supposed to see the father's home. I've dealt with CPS. They're a bunch of insipid people that come in and act like they're helping when they don't have a clue what they're doing. And they could be listening to parent A or parent B. And one of them could be making up shit because they're emotionally unhinged. But no, in this case, and by the way, they automatically usually take the mother's word and make the dad have supervised visits. Not in this case because he's military. So there's government good old boy, black and white, Masonic tile, fucking evil Luciferian beast system bullshit. And these 3 baby girls died. And it's directly on that judge's head. That judge is responsible. That judge, of course they're trafficking. Of course they're trafficking. That's why you have to stand up and make it known who you are when you go into CPS court or any court, that the babies have family. But this mother did everything she could. And the judge was a fucking asshole. CPS needs to be investigated. Where are they getting their government funding? What exactly are their fucking credentials to see? What exactly are the police telling CPS to make them go one way or another when they don't even have to serve paperwork or file criminal complaints against anybody? How come they have so much fucking power over your goddamn children? How come? Flo is very generous. Thank you so much. There are 2 distinct judges and distinct court. Yeah, CPS has always been known for traffic. You don't want to put your kids in foster care. Foster care gets paid to raise them. If you're getting paid to raise kids, you're going to fucking do whatever you want and pocket the money. Oh, no, I didn't see the Emily Pike body cam footage, but this is what I just, okay. Seriously, I'm going to say, of course he was a defense attorney and he supported they have not found the father yet, but here's what I'm going to say. You're going to hear it here first. I'm sorry I'm saying this. It sounds fucking crazy. The reason I brought up Emily Pike and these 3 baby girls, I think they're connected. Yeah, I said it. I think they're connected. I think that CPS needs a complete audit. If these people drink at CPS or drug or are overweight or are mentally unstable themselves, you need to fucking be interviewed. If you're not fucking healthy, go fuck yourselves. Anyway, yeah, they're just fucked up. They're fucked up. They have no idea what family is. They don't know. Do you work for CPS? They're fucked up. Get out of there. Get another job. Okay, no body cam for Emma. Yeah, well, no, the police would have shown up that day. But here's the problem. I think that this military man, I'm not sure if I heard this correctly, but one of the baby girls, her arms and hands were missing. Emily Pike's arms and hands. I am wondering if this dad was in a military operation in different states for a reason. I'm wondering. I'm being dead serious. I can't connect him to Arizona yet, but I'm being fucking serious. CPS needs to be restructured, taken down, and fucking redone. Yeah, the judge needs to be jailed. He let those 3 kids, it had to be a ritual and it has to be filmed. I agree with you. You know, oh, there's 2 handprints that are bloody on the back of the truck. Well, whose fucking handprints are they? You just assuming it's the father? Or did the father get triggered to make it look like the father while the ghouls sit there and film and put it on the dark web? Because they do it. Travis Decker. Is he a native? Is he? I get a connection to Emily Pike. I don't know, Jess. Is that true? I don't know. When I was running this morning, it came to my head and gave me chills up and down my body. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. I literally connected the 2 together. I connected it together and like crazy fucking bitch. I'm like, this is crazy. I am saying it right here because I felt it. It went boom up and down. So bribed with veneers. Bribed with veneers. No, I got it. I haven't even looked into it, but I was running and I literally was thinking of those 3 baby. I cannot tell you the rage I would have. I had rage at my own son and nothing like this happened, okay? The rage as that mother, God bless her, may she find the peace and the numbness as opposed to the emotional. I would sue every single CPS worker that wrote a report and said she was fucked up. And I would sue that judge and his family. And then I would put spells on them. Yes, you heard me say that. I would put spells on them. And once I put spells on them, I would fuck them up. I wouldn't be relentless for the rest of my life. I would do it legally. I would take them down. I would take every single CPS worker that sat there smugly with their paperwork and their writing. I would take, okay, there you go. There's a connection to him. There's a connection. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, thank you for that because I got it running. I know, I'm bringing it up. No other psychic said it. I'm saying it. Just so we're very fucking clear. I believe there's a connection between the 2. It literally hit my body like it was visceral when it hit me. If I was that mother, her family, her siblings, I would literally, and then I would show up in every CPS court outside, since they let homeless people shit on the streets everywhere, especially Seattle and all of that. I literally would sit there and hand out flyers with my 3 dead kids' body bags on it and put them signs all around there. Don't go into this court. I literally would do this daily. It would be the bane of my existence because I ain't got nothing to live for. That's it. I've done Jane Mansfield. Thank you. I would, there you go. Pewaukee. I don't know how you say that. Forgive me. I'm going to write that down. You guys know, I didn't know, but I believe it's connected. I believe Emily Pike's murder's connected to that. I know they're two different types of looking people, but he's a programmed, weaponized human being. I could see it, okay? I felt like that. She needs to get her tough. She's going to be one tough mother. She needs to go after them. She needs to take them into court, CPS, and take them down one by one. Absolutely. Yeah, to recuse himself, he needs to be in fucking jail. That guy needs to be in fucking jail. She did everything right. We need to pray for that woman because she is going to have a complete, I can't even, do you know do you know when your child dies of cancer, you have guilt. This woman is going to beat herself up for the rest of her fucking life, for the rest of her life, to the point that she destroys herself because she can do nothing else. Her baby, what the fuck happened there? I can't, I can't. I just can't. The prayers aren't going to be enough, but try to help her. I'm speechless. I'm speechless with this. Speechless. How dare these people? Let's see, CPS get caught. Yeah. Oh my God. You see, if she took her kids, now if her kids were 14, they can speak for themselves. It's diabolical as fuck. What kind of weirdo says, yeah, the dude's homeless. Let's let the kids go with him because he has no address and not have it supervised. Why not go to the bouncy thing at McDonald's or the whatever or any of that? We witches can do protection spells for the mother. Absolutely. Protection spells and get caught for CPS. The internal breakdown of CPS because they are abhorrent. Not that they don't do some good some of the time because I still feel like they might, but they are so fucked up with their power plays. They blame the mother like she has a house. She's living in a fucking house. She's not homeless. I mean, the poor father, he's been mind controlled. That's obvious. Military makes killing machines for the pursuit of money. He was a homeless vet. Yes, he had CPTSD. That's not his fault. They fractured his brain and they probably went on to the native land since he's native. Now I know that is because I fucking knew it was connected to Emily Pike. That's the connection. So maybe it was just that he's native, but no, it's connected actually to her murder and that. Yeah, I know. CPS, I just can't with them. It's fucking unbelievable. It's like, are you kidding me? This guy dies. I mean, these kids die and this guy runs, but they're going to kill him to shut him up. I'm not sure that he's completely responsible for all of that. I'm just not. I'm really not sure he's responsible. Yeah, we need to actually honeycomb like Kanye. Yes, fractured brain. CPS has its own protection and wards. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they need, like, who the fuck are they? What do you get a government grant? You think you're going to take kids? Who the fuck are you? We need to actually, it needs to be petitioned. It needs to get on the papers legislation wise. And they need to be, yeah, I feel he's connected to Emily Pike's murder, not just the native part. But who knows? They probably went on the native land and took these kids and fractured their mind younger. Charles Manson was a fractured, weaponized human being. You realize that. His mother was a prostitute in a brothel who had an affair. He's not the product of it, but because she was a hoe bag, and the general in the army fucked the hoe bag, no offense, the woman in the brothel who was making her living and didn't really care much about her son, she gave him to the army general. Here, experiment. And he's a weaponized human being. We all look at him. Like, oh, he did it. He didn't lift a finger. He suggested that these other morons who were programmed, weaponized human. And then they trigger them and they go off. I felt like this guy was triggered for some reason. He was an asset. That's exactly right. Programmed to kill. That's exactly what this guy is. Their brains become fractured. Well, with Charles Manson, I think they sodomized and raped him. In the army, when you're young and if you're on a native land and they give you money for the kid, they probably raped him too. It's what they do in Afghanistan, the Dancing Boys of Afghanistan. I finally saw that, or whatever that's called. Hi, Bobby. Bobby and I were talking, oddly enough, this morning. Someone asked about Caitlin Murray. But we were talking about Caitlin this morning, and Bobby, just to reiterate it, just said right now, the man that killed his 3 children, Decker, I said, when I was running this morning and I was thinking of stuff, I literally said that he's connected to Emily Pike's murder because I heard that one of the little girls is missing her hands and arms. That's a signature, and I heard that. And then they said he's native, whatever that is, PE, whatever, however you say that, and boom. So I'm going to have to focus on that, but you're hearing it here first. I'm saying that, timestamping it because everybody tries to steal my fucking words. If Trump pardons Diddy, then just remove Trump from office. Get Boston Tea Party on his ass and get him out there. Megan Walsh is definitely telling the truth. I remember when that happened. Yes, it makes sense. He's native. He's a programmed human being with the military. I don't know what they're doing with hands and arms, but they're killing the kids and putting it on the black market. It's being filmed, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening. 2 different states. I'm trying to place him in Arizona, 2 different states, but I think he's been going around doing this. This is actually what I think. The judge, I put his picture up on there, the judge that let this fucking happen, 100% culpability on the legal agency with the government. That's how much your government hates you, that they give a homeless vet unsupervised visitation. Your government. Yep, exactly. Diddy needs to stay in jail. That's obvious. But who? We've got Diddy, we've got Clive Davis, and we've got Putin over here. Putin. Understand, it's coming down from government. The enemy is the government. I know what I sound like. I know. But the enemy is the government in the sense that any agency literally that would allow a homeless person without visitation and then blame the mother is fucking crazy. What planet are you on? Yeah, Diddy's a fall guy. I know, for Putin. I'm saying that. I'm saying that out there. What about the children? No one is talking about the children. Wait, what children? In the Diddy trial. Yeah, they're not talking about anything correct. They're going to, I don't think Trump said he was going to pardon them. I think Elon said that Trump was on Epstein Island. We fucking know that, okay? We know that our Pewaukee, thank you, Pewaukee. I hope I'm saying, you can do it phonetically for me. And I'm like, yeah, Diddy's an operative getting blackmail information for all the pedophiles. Here's what I told my kids growing up. Here's what I learned by growing up in the family that I was adopted into, who used everything against me they could think of. And I wasn't doing anything to the like this, but like if I like to eat a lot of chocolate bars, they would bring this up to humiliate me. If I like to wear clothes, humiliate me. Okay, like use any part of my personality against me. Here's what you got to know. So you're born into this world of sin, right? And the more that you sin, so you like porn, you want to fuck guys and you're Christian and you can't. I don't know who says that, but whatever religion goes against it. You want to fuck children, you like animals, you want to smoke crack, you want to flash people out in public, you want to jerk off in the park around kids. You know that happens. Usually men. Anyway, you want to do all of this. So you build a opening energetically to do behaviors that can put you in a position to be blackmailed. That's why you don't do drugs or drink. I know you have a right to. I know you can have a glass of wine, but don't let them catch you. Because if you're at all anything, if you're at all in any kind of powerful position in society or creative, or you have a gift to offer, you will be ripped out of your life by them using your vices against you. So in order to fucking beat them, you can't have these vices. You're going to have little vices that don't matter. And if you have vices, you're going to bring them out first, right? You're going to bring them out first. But other than that, you can't have vices like pedophilia, fucking drug addiction, alcoholism, because that's how they get you. Except this judge who thought being a homeless vet was okay without supervision. No, Trump doesn't drink. I'm not talking about him. He's on Epstein Island. That's a vice, okay? That's why we're not seeing... he doesn't drink. Okay, well, I'm not a pedophile. So no matter what, you're never going to fucking catch me. You're never going to fucking catch me. Because I don't do the shit that they want you to do. I don't want your money bad enough to do it. I don't want your fucking money to do it. Got it? I'm not doing what you want me to do because I don't want it that bad. And as far as like courts and taking your children away, again, I stayed married, so I stayed with my kids. Period. End of fucking conversation. I will do nothing. I will fucking do nothing to leave my children or put them in a position to be taken from me. I will do nothing in my mothering to allow that to happen. So I have vices. I mean, I swear, I drink coffee, but those are not vices where you're going to be like brainwashed or blackmailed. I'm talking about like atrocities against other human beings, like fucking children and then them filming it. However, now this came through one of my very famous musician clients who told me that there was a famous actor, I'm not saying his name on here, who was an early actor in the moonlighting days, and he was in an orgy. His agent took him to like an orgy. He was a young actor, probably under 30, and he gave him a bunch of girlies. Okay, I gave you a hint. I'm not saying anymore. So there was a bunch of girls in their 30s. So this guy was like having sex with 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever of them. His agent, in order to blackmail and rope this character in, brought in a young boy, unbeknownst to him, because he's got everything in his face and he's drinking and coking and fucking and it's all good. His dick is already hard. So they place an underage boy at the bottom of the bed near the dick. Snap, snap, snap. Blackmail, even if you're not that. Even if you're not that. I'm not saying a name. I did not say a name. But even if you're not that, and this story was told to me, that way they get you to do what they want you to do and to speak what they want you to speak and to do it in the way that they want you to do it. So you become like the rapist, Robert De Niro. That's why, what's his name that left the country got busted because he was in De Niro's house. De Niro was with a bunch of other underage girls. That's what they do. Okay, Marlon Brando fucked his own daughter. I don't even know what to say. I know someone who knows him at the end of his life. I mean, he was, and then they get dementia. Why do you get dementia? Because they've been putting human flesh in food, fast food for years, allegedly. So what causes dementia or a type of kuru? Human, exactly. So yeah, there you go. De Niro is just whatever. So they do this. Why do you think everybody's getting MS? Why are all these celebrities getting MS? Why are they all hanging themselves? They're all suicidal? Sure. Yeah, I just get my dream job and I just get this. Or are they programmed through families that are in that? Celine Dion is disgusting to me. And everybody's like, oh, she had a love story with her husband. Her husband was a pedophile. He met her at 12 and 13. Of course he didn't fuck her till she was 18. Okay, I believe that. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. He was fucking 45. He was 45. I heard this directly from a very well-known musician. This is their story that they told me. It makes sense, though, because you wonder why every celebrity espouses the same BS. Right? So I was at a party one time and they tried to dominate me by putting all this, all the free, like when I got there to read, they put me in a position where I was on the black and white tile. Do you know what I mean? So I'm in the position, I'm on the black and white tile. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Like it's a party for this and I'm the reader at this. So there was so much going on. There's a hierarchy in that type of community. No, it wasn't a Diddy party. There's a hierarchy and it's towards the goddess energy, the female energy. All the men at this party were secondary, so that they were weaker. The women were the powerful ones. So, and I was sitting there. I mean, I literally cuddled a grown-ass 250-pound man who was convinced that he had a demon in him. He also had a demon tattooed on him, but he was thinking he had a demon in him and he was renouncing the demon and praying to Jesus. They did the funniest shit in front of me to make me like want to be one of them, right? This is what they want to do. So I was texting throughout the whole thing. There were hundreds of people at this party and I'm reading it was one of those parties, but I get invited through different cultures, and people will meet me. Like I'm just the, you know, like the maid. I'm just showing up to clean a house. It's a few years ago before Keith died. But I mean, I do a lot of parties. I'm a psychic, so I'm like a party trick, you know. Come to the party, like a maid that cleans your house before the party. I'm just a hired entertainer. So anyway, oh yeah, no, it was hilarious. So I'm at this party, and there are many, a famous person at this party, and some I was blown away by. I was like, holy shit, never in my life did I think I would run into this person. Like a magician, exactly. Like a magician, exactly. Like a clown. Call it whatever you want. I'm just there to do it. Like a prostitute. Whatever. I'm not in it. I'm just good at my job, and I get hired. So anyway, there were several celebrities there, all very nice, okay? All very nice, all very polite. You could tell the ones that were inverted, from born male, inverted to female. There were all kinds of people that had MS. And I had an uncle that had MS growing up from England, so I'm familiar with it, my Uncle Ian, and he had it, and he would go into remission and come out, and then he died of it, right? Anyway, these people had the MS. And when I got around their energy, I was like, this isn't regular MS. They're calling it MS because it's a reaction to what these people do and eat in their private lives. So I don't have any fear. I'm not afraid. I'm literally not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid. So a country's people don't. No, I don't know if they actually have it. I did not feel that this was real MS. I don't know what to say to you. Energetically, I did not feel, yeah, it could be adrenochrome or it could be human flesh. Like, it's not illegal to be a cannibal. You can do that. You can do it. You can eat it. And you know, there's a club in LA. You can donate your body to be eaten by people. If that's what you want to do, it's not illegal. I just felt it. And I was somewhat repulsed by it, how they got it. And they were very nice people. So I just literally had to sit and do my readings. But in my head, I'm going like this. And the amount of men that cried in front of me and the amount of men that asked me to heal them was interesting. I don't know if they were taunting or real. One guy I felt was real, but it was really, really interesting because they know, or the demons playing games, the demons that come in and out of them. There you go. That's all I can tell you. It's very interesting. God has put me in a position where I've been privy to a lot of these things and have been able to see it, because when you're going to do the work, you have to run into it. You can't just be running around going, I'm all love and light, because that's not what it is. You're on a chessboard. There's the beast system, and then there's God's. Every time they present one, another one's presented, and you may never know if you get called up to do it or what. You could be an invert. If you think it, I suspect. Did Trump hit Elon? I don't know if Trump hit Elon. I mean, I would want to hit Elon, but I don't know. Why won't the celebs tell? Because they're in on it. It's their religion. They think we're fucked up. So when I hear about Mormon culture, I'm been attracted to you. It was the funniest fucking thing. I was like, I'll use the word cuddled so much. But I found with some of my very famous MK Ultra clients that have come through the system, my neck is itchy. Ugh. Anyway, some of my MK Ultra clients that have come through the system, I literally have cuddled them, and some of them are females, they're adults, they go in and out of altars. So I've seen it. You just have to like be there. They can't stick in one. So they come in and out of altars. It's very interesting, and it's their religion. So like Catholics want to convert everybody all over the country, and Mormons think that they're, right and all of that. The beast system believes that they're right and we're wrong. Yes, I am. I literally have clients in the group of people we're talking about. Like, you don't work in Los Angeles for 40 years and not have that happen. I'm an information giver. I don't judge who I'm reading to. That's not my job. Let's spam that judge with male, right? Ego, greed, power. Exactly. Let's see. I saw a picture. It was like 50 elites with it. I can't find it. Yeah. Do you cleanse yourself? I cleanse myself anyway with a shower, but it depletes me for days. So I don't do parties right now because I don't fucking want to. No, I haven't met Kathy O'Brien. I've met people will come and some celebrities try to come out of it. And some are put through programs. They're put through political Republican programs and political Democratic programs as a kid, special schools, and they're put into music. Like, I know this, it's happened, and they want to flip. Understand, when demons come in and out, they can only be in the human energy frame for so long, so they flip in and flip out and flip in and flip out like that. And you can watch it, you can see it. They flip in, they flip out, you know. Yeah, I mean, right? Let's see. Let's see this. I was a costumer for 20 years and people don't believe the shit I've seen. Oh my God, right? Right? I believe what you're saying, Kira D, if that's how you say your name. I butcher names. Anyway, I believe it. My friend, I'm just going to say her name's Claude. Anyway, my friend, she won the Emmy for Mad Men, part of it, for the set design. And we used to hike every day. I mention her all the time. She told me some wild shit. Other people on that set told me about Mr. Madman himself. What the hell is his name? Him. Anyway, yeah, just fucking everybody on the set. I mean, this is what these people do. Because they got to get their energy. They've given away their... I mean, I lose energy and I never gave my energy to anybody. You know, John Hamm, thank you. Give me the lottery numbers. Yes, because if I could get them, I'd definitely give them to you as opposed to keep them for myself. Because I'm that altruistic. Yeah, John Hamm, I mean, he's another one of them. And he's boy toy around town. Yeah, they're not going to believe Kathy O'Brien, though. They don't believe it. But you know what I noticed? So I'll be talking to my ex-husband about something that I've been saying for years. And he's all like, they don't drink baby's blood. And then he's like, well, I can't help it. Maybe they're eating babies or something. Like, he's even saying it. So it's in his consciousness. Like, people are getting to know this. John Hamm, frat boy, almost killed a guy. Yeah. Well, he was already being groomed for that before he ever became. Keanu Reeves, I'm just going to say to you, and I know family members of his, but I'm just going to say to you, follow the progression of David Geffen, follow the progression of dead relatives, and follow that progression. Now, here's where I get confused. Listening to Kanye, which could be the same situation as Keanu, excuse me. But Kanye is like, oh, come on, Denzel, that's not obvious to you. You know, he's good. He's the only good actor in Hollywood. Anyway, Kanye said, look what they did to my mother. They sacrificed her for control. He didn't say he did. So maybe what's happening is some are giving of their families to get in, and others are being taken in order to control the human that is the actor so that they play along. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know which it is. Is it A or B first? I don't know. So there you go. See what I mean? Yeah. David Geffen. Are you high? No. Are you? Are you high? Yeah, Morgan Freeman. People forget. Morgan Freeman fucked his step granddaughter. So Morgan Freeman married a woman that had a child. He raised that fucking child, and then he fucked her child, his granddaughter. Okay? Then he carried on an affair with his granddaughter. Then she said it publicly. Then she got murdered by her drug dealer boyfriend. Morgan Freeman is garbage. Michael J. Fox and his whatever happened to him, that disease that he has, Kuru? I don't know. Morgan Freeman fucked his granddaughter. That's all you should need to hear. And don't tell me they weren't biologically related. That girl's mother believed that that was her father. Period. Roman Polanski, another pedo around town. That's who Robert De Niro was on the day that happened. So Robin Williams, I mean, he had the dementia too, but was murdered. Sorry, They're not all killing themselves. I don't care how depressed they are. I don't believe it. I'm not listening to it. Well, Michael J. Fox would have to be one of them now, wouldn't he? Or did he just get 700 movie roles early on in life? Jennifer Hudson, you know the story. Jennifer Hudson, you know it. Matt Lauer, Anthony Weiner, they're probably fucking buddies. Yeah. Anthony Bourdain was a chef for the elite. He cooked the meat. You know the meat I'm talking about. The kuru causing meat, that meat. Yeah, so it's all, I don't know about Matt Fraser. I haven't gotten a reading from him. I can't tell you unless I've gotten a reading from them. I did a video on Kate Spade. She told me she wasn't murdered. She literally was kicking her heels in my kitchen while I was at the laundromat. That was the year after I just left John, somewhere around there when I did that video, and I was at the laundromat. Or it might have been in the house and then just leaving. Anyway, either way, she was in the laundromat. But it was like her kitchen. She was waiting for them to come kill her. She knew she was going to be killed. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so you know it. Woody Allen. Do you think Woody Allen would have a career if he didn't do what he does? Like, he likes little kids. Why are you even... Okay, Kate Beckinsale was gorgeous when I saw her in person. Again, I was in a restaurant where they have artwork on the wall in the bathroom, and I saw Kate Beckinsale walk through. Gorgeous. Stunning. Whole different kind of woman. Whole different kind of woman. Whole different kind. This is before Keith died, so it's years ago, but gorgeous woman. Charlie Sheen, good looking in person. Beautiful. I know you don't think so, because when I look at him, I hate him, but she was stunning. And in the bathroom, they have a picture of people at a dinner table eating a human. I'm not going to eat at your restaurant. I'm not going to do it when you have that kind of artwork on the wall. Just saying. Not going to do it. No, 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 no. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not going to happen. No, 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 no. I cannot. Yeah, I can't. My stomach immediately. It's what these people do. Exactly. Eating Raoul. Yeah. Yeah, the granddaughter got murdered. That's exactly right. It's just like, I can't. Ashton Kutcher's not a good person. He's not good to his twin. He's not good to anybody. He's not a good person. She's quiet tonight because I fed her before I came on. When I feed her, I know I didn't eat at the restaurant. I was there for a birthday dinner. I didn't eat. I didn't eat. I'm not eating. I was polite. I was fun, even though the birthday girls who she was having dinner with, the bitch wife, another celebrity, the bitch wife, who's always a bitch. She's always like, when someone comes up and introduces himself to me, she goes, she's just a psychic. I'm like, oh, we can't all be fucking phenomenal actors like you ugly bitch, who's only acting because her husband is famous. Fucking ugly bitch. Anyway, she didn't want me and the other guests at the table, so we had to wait at the bar. We couldn't be at the table. She didn't want us to sit at the table. Don't sit at the table. Well, that's no problem. I'm not going to eat at the restaurant, so I'm good standing at the bar. She just did it. I was at another thing with her, and I said, hi, I'm Sloan. Nice to meet you, to somebody else. And she's like, she's just a psychic. And I'm like, a damn good one. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to say happy birthday to my friend. It's okay. People treat me like that. People treat everybody like that. That's not just me. She's doing it too. She does it to my friend too. It was hilarious. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the demons are talking, right? I can't even fucking, like, you're stupid. You're wearing gay ass shoes and you look like a troll. Fuck off. You know, whatever. I've always hated her. from the time I first met her. I have not liked her. Not hated. I don't give two shits about her, but she's an obnoxious woman hater. Unless you're an opposite type looking woman. So if you're brunette and dark skinned, she'll probably entertain you. Unless she thinks you're really good looking, then you're probably not going to sit down either. This is really funny. Yeah, and my friend and I always talk about it. Christopher Reeves, you know what? Had to be, and they took him out. I saw him. I've told the story. Prince was murdered. He told me that. I tell this funny story. I was pregnant with Keith, and I was at NBC, and there were two celebrities doing the Tonight Show. One of them was Kevin Costner, and one of them was Christopher Reeves. And I was newly pregnant, and it was a week before Christopher Reeves had his accident. And it's transhumanism they were trying to push back then. But anyway, I was on another show. So I went running through the lot. I mean, not the lot, through the hallways. I was already on the NBC lot. I did like that studio. But I was in the lot in Burbank, and I'm like running through the hallways, right? And I'm wearing, my hair had a pink shade to it because I was pregnant and I was bleaching it and it was really weird. Anyway, I'm running through there and there's the bathroom. So the Tonight Show's this way and and then I'm on this set and I'm going this way. It was a show called The Other Side. Anyway, I'm there and Christopher Reeves he's in a brown jacket. I know because John had the same jacket, jeans and a shirt, and he's reading the paper. He's waiting for the bathroom. And I'm standing behind him and I'm like this. Because I have to pee so bad and I can't really pee in the hallway because we're not on a trail, right? So I'm waiting and he kind of looks over and I'm like, oh shit, that's Superman. He goes, you can go first. The door opens. I make a mad dash because I have to be back on the set. They're waiting for me to start filming, so I have to pee. So I run in there and then I'm like, I've got pee shyness because Superman's outside the door. True story. So to turn the water on, Christopher Reeves. So I had to turn the water on. No, it wasn't John Edwards' show. It was a show before that. John Edwards wasn't even in the public consciousness at that time. This is way before that. Anyway, so I'm there and I'm trying to pee and I come out and I'm just like, I can't believe I just peed in front of Superman and I ran off to the set. The next time I went into film, it was Kevin Costner's day and I'm running for the same bathroom. This is about a month later. And some big guy's like this. He's like, you can't go, Mr. Costner. I said, I'm pregnant. Get the fuck out of my way. I jumped in the bathroom. Can you imagine? I'm in here behind the set the same way you are. Like, I just need to pee, bro. I'm not going to jump Kevin Costner going on to the Tonight Show. Meanwhile, Jay Leno used to come on the set and talk to everybody all over the studio. So, like, what? You fucking ass. Anyway, I just had to go to the bathroom. That was it. No, don't be gross. No, this was peeing and I was early pregnant. It was pretty funny. Yes, of course. Who has $2 billion worth of cars? We see Jay Leno all the time. Anybody in the Valley sees him driving. His cars are always being walked, ridden, whatever. He has a warehouse by the Burbank airport. Yeah, women don't do that stuff. We're like more courteous in public. Men don't care what they do in the bathroom. I just was peeing because I was pregnant. Yeah. So how'd you stop drinking? I didn't really have a problem with drinking. I just refused to do what they want you to do. I notice if every woman is having wine at dinner and every man is drinking something and they're doing it daily, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do what you tell me is normal and the government okays it. Why is the government okaying it like weed? Why? They want you to become addicted to it. And I grew up in an alcoholic household, so the drinking wasn't really an issue for me because I hate people that, no, I've never done ketamine. I don't agree with ketamine either. I don't agree with any substance. I have nothing in my brain. Coffee. The lesser. Keith used to go, you drink coffee and eat sugar, and that's a worse drug. I go, it is not worse than fucking methamphetamine, okay? And by fruit, I eat like apples and stuff like that. No, I'm not an alcoholic. I can drink. I don't want to drink. Put it that way. I made a choice not to drink. It's a frequency. Yeah, I was in the book. I know Marina hit his third wife. But yeah, you're not an alcohol. I can drink. I choose not to drink. I wasn't biologically connected. I was raised by an adopted family. So but I chose not to drink. The minute you let your guard down is the minute, I mean, up until I was like 20, okay? I ran over someone's Porsche in a bus while drinking at a party. But I was like young. I stopped right then. I drank a little bit younger, but not to the point of problem, probably like all your teenagers did. And I stopped. Soon as I became a mother, nothing ever, I'm not setting that example. So if my kids ended up doing drugs, alcohol, it's not because I modeled it for them. So I tried to model correctly. Eat correctly, exercise correctly, don't do drugs, try to communicate correctly. And I wasn't always good at that. Yeah. Well, running is not, that John used to say that to me. Oh, you just switch your addictions for running. I'm like, being healthy is not an addiction. It's a requirement for your body so that you're not a crybaby using the government system to fix your body after you quit drinking and smoking and snorting crack, meth, whatever, smoking it for years. You're required to move. So it's a health conscious thing. And if you're healthy, that's real wealth. So it's that. Yeah, I'm just not going to drink, you know. Bobby, do you have an OnlyFans? Do you think I have an OnlyFans at 60? All right, this is the microphone. Any woman at 60 that has an OnlyFans is delusional. Do you have an OnlyFans? No. Can't I make enough money doing my work? Oh, I do. Yeah, no. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're beautiful, you're 60, be respectful of younger people. If there's a younger man, these women, okay, this is what I'm going to say to you. Don't hate me. These women that are like, I'm a heavy stoner and I eat fruit too. That's hilarious. Elvis was one of them. Okay, so let me word it like this. If you're a 60-year-old woman and you're proud of yourself because you have a younger boyfriend, 20, 30 years younger, that person has some kind of sexual abuse issue that they want to fuck their mommy, okay? Goes the same thing for women that date older men. I know where I came from in my childhood, and it is a reflection of the abuse that I suffered. So they say, okay? Could be past life, could be karma. I definitely recognize my husband, but the age difference is problematic. You are delusional if you think that that's a good thing. You are fucked up in the head. If you're older, you're like, there's no way I'm going to, okay, a 30-year-old, somebody date somebody younger than my son, I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to date somebody my son's age. It's disrespectful as hell. There is a problem with your thinking if you do that. So I just really believe that. Okay, I've come to believe it after living in a marriage with somebody 20 and a half years older than me. It is a problem. That is a wrong thing to do. It is not a good thing. It is a bad thing. You are putting yourself in a life of hell. It doesn't matter if they have money because they will never give you your money. They will try to take your money. They're older. They want to manipulate you anyway. And if I'm a woman at 60 wanting to do that, I don't even want to date. I've told you this. I can't help what you consider a bad, there should be no age gap. 5 years, 10 years is a whole generation, a whole different person. You can do what the fuck you want. I don't care. I don't care what you do. I've done it. But I don't want to date. I wouldn't have an OnlyFans because, no, it's not mommy daddy. The older man has a pedophilia problem and wants to fuck his daughter. Get it right. That's what he's doing. It's not an altruistic thing. It's I'm steeped in problems in my head and can't control them, so I'll do this. But I would never date. So I would never do an OnlyFans. I would never do anything like that. I don't care how good you look. Great, you look good. Bethany Frankel's in her mid-50s. She looks great. If she dated someone 20, 30 years younger, I'd think it was disgusting. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care if she found love by the pedophilic act of that. It's wrong. That's just my opinion. Sorry. Sorry, true story. True story. And I'm allowed to have my opinion, you know? I don't know how you avoid being reincarnated. When you find out, let me know. Someone who is my son's age. Yeah, that's just wrong. It's wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Sloan, I'm studying psychology and going to incorporate astrology. Oh, yeah, definitely do that, Pink Ladies 87. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Don't do the age gap thing. Don't do it. Wish I could moderate. Yeah, I don't have moderators because I don't want anyone in my business. You know me, trust issues. Sorry, never going to trust anybody. Never going to believe anybody. Never dating. Stop asking me these questions. Yeah, I'm just waiting to get, I've spent the last 20, 30 years of my life, I promise you this, completely alone with no man, no woman, no man dating. Every time I say no man, again, they're like, you're a lesbian. But I keep saying that. I will never date a man. You will not pay for my dinner. You will not tell me what I'm fucking doing. You will not, yeah, man who's 30. Oh, no, 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 no. I will do none of that. That will never, I don't need a man to complete me. I don't need a man for anything. There's nothing I want from them. And most people are in relationships because they want something. I don't want that. It's been 5 years since I left my marriage. I don't want it. I don't miss it. You can't make me. And I have a 10-year rule. Yeah, Bobby's rules are good for dating. I know Bobby's rules. Bobby, you should write a book on that. Older women do look gross. Unless you're with somebody who appreciates you, and that's probably a long-term partner. I'm not going to inflict my body on people. I have eyes and can see in the mirror. I don't care what you think I look like. I feel about what I feel I look like. I'm not going to wear a thong. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to do it. It's not what I'm going to do. And I can't imagine. There's women on TikTok and they go on all these dates. And I'm like, have you looked at yourself? What are you dating? You're never going to run into it. Yeah, you should write the book. Yeah, write that dating book, your rules, because they're exactly dead on. They're smart. But I'm not dating, but I agree with your rules. Like, I'll tell Lila that when she starts dating. Get your book out so we can do that. Yeah, it's too much. People are too much. They're too much. I'm so much stronger when I'm not emotionally caretaking somebody else. I did a boob job. I've not done cosmetics on my face. This is my face. I know you're not going to believe me. I don't drink or smoke. And I exercise every day and I sleep. And I eat the same foods every day, which are this. This is my face. I don't do any, there, you can see, look. There. You can see all the wrinkles. This is really what I look like. I don't think it's that great or not that great. It's just adequate for my age and I look like my mother. I would never touch my face. I will do a facelift. I got to redo the boobs. They're too big. They're bugging me. But I wouldn't do like fillers or anything because it ruins a facelift. So like, you can see all that. So you can see all that stuff, but I wouldn't do that. I don't want to put shit in my face. I don't want Botox. I will do a facelift when this gets too much for me to bear, but then you do a facelift and then like your fucking ass hangs, your arms hang, like, then I'm like, then I'm going to be at the doctor all the time being a freak. So turtlenecks it is, y'all. Turtlenecks it is. Yeah, so I'm not doing the Kris Jenner thing. I take care of myself. I deserve to look the way I look because I didn't do what everyone else does when they don't do that. Like, I'm not going to apologize. People want me to. I always got accused of having a nose job. And I noticed, like, I did want a nose job when I was younger. So glad I didn't. Yeah, I have this in the crepey hands. Like, look, old lady hands, old lady ass, all of that. Anyway, I wanted a nose job when I was younger. John did stop me from that. He said, don't fucking touch your nose. And anyway, so I pierced it. So all the little imperfections, I see jewelry now. That makes me happy. So yeah. Wait, hold on. So you would do a facelift. No, don't be surprised. I would definitely do a facelift. A facelift is like a boob lift. Hanging skin, cut it off. Hanging skin, pull it. It's not injecting shit into your face. It's pulling. So I'm not quite at that stage. I mean, I could do that if I wanted to, but I'm not ready for it yet. So maybe around 65, I'll do a facelift. Yeah, my nose is my nose. People still critique it all the time. Anyway, it's been banged a lot. So I love my piercings. So now when I see flaws, I'll just fucking tattoo it or pierce it. Um, yeah, that's it. Um, yeah, I read that book a long time ago. So you wait, you look a million times better than I don't know if I do or not. She's almost 70 though, so I don't know. Laser treatments, I would do laser. I did melasma. I did melasma laser here. I did do that. After I had kids, I had dark patches here and here. The melasma freaked me out because it like burnt my skin. The laser for it, the IPL, I think it's called. I didn't do it again after that. I got scared. Yeah, I got scared. So I'm like, I don't really want to put shit in my face, and I don't trust Botox. Why are you doing that? What's the real reason? Remember, they're telling you women you need it. So why do they want to hurt women? Why is it always women's looks are bad? And I can see wanting to fuck younger people because they look better. I get it. But why is it always women who have the bad looks on their face? Why is it always, yeah, the neck thing's a bit much. This, all of this lines, and then this, yeah, freckles and sunscreen and Irish skin. Anyway, but why is it they pick on us women? Why do we have to look like these people? I would never do a fucking BBL. Never. Now they say it's stop caring about your physical. I won't stop caring. You shut up. Shut up. I don't want to be unhealthy, but I like to look at what I want to look at. And so when you age, there's not a person alive that doesn't. Men go bald, they don't like it. I don't think that that's bad. I take care of myself. I'm entitled to have a facelift when I want one. Irish skin, yeah, I know it's terrible. It gets all the freckles, which then turn into sun problems later on. And you have, because John has that, and you have to have it all like, yeah, Pimp Jenner, exactly. You have to have it all cancer spots taken. Yeah, I work hard for how I look. I think they hate, I think all Illuminati slash Freemasons slash whatever, Scientologists hate women because we bring through God's children through our womb. That's what I think. You know, that's what I think. But the BBLs, when they say they smell, I'm like, why do they smell? If it's your fat in your ass, why does your fat smell in your ass? Oh my God, I can't. I just can't. I don't use sunscreen anymore, especially since Johnson & Johnson. Female body's the strongest, female mind's the strongest. Turmeric, yes, turmeric does help that. Yeah, I don't go to doctors. I don't have health insurance. Yeah, I don't want a Brazilian gut lift. What is that? You think? Yes, I do think they're inverted. They don't have cellulite. They want women to think we're bad for cellulite. And it's the bane of everybody's existence. I can't read what you say there. It makes you sweat though. What, the BBL? Men are getting Botox. Yes, at less numbers than women. Women are always, yeah, BBL is so stinky. I know, why is it stinky? Why is it smelly? I don't want to even know. I'm from the generation of we don't want a big butt. Why? Men, wait. Men were worshiping a woman a cup. Yes, I have a tiny honey and I love it. I don't know what that means, but oh, hiney. Yes, I have a big ass and I don't like it. It's a little ass, but I don't like it. It's still too big for my liking. That is the last surgery I would do, is make my ass bigger. Yeah, Bobby the same. We talk about that. It rots. Oh, fuck. But what about when they put fat in your face? Doesn't that rot too? Why does it rot there and not like in other areas where they put fat? I heard it smells because the butt grows, but the arms stay the same length. I don't know what you mean by that, unless it's a reference to an animal. But if the fat rots in your ass, why doesn't it rot when they put fat transfer in your face? That's what I'm saying. It's more fat, more sweat. Okay. It's your butt. I know it's your butt, but it's not up your ass. It's on your butt. I just can't. I couldn't put, that like the last thing, wiping. Oh God, I can't. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, they can't clean it. Okay. Oh, it's an infection. I can't. I won't. I'm not. I won't. I cannot hear you. La 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 la. Can't hear you. Can't wipe. Okay. I now think I'm going to puke in my mouth. I don't put that in my body. I did the breast implants a long, long time ago. They got to be changed. They're over their expiration. It's been like 30 years. I was too young to make that decision. But I didn't like the size of my ass, which was even tinier then. So I'm trying to even my body out. Stupid thoughts for stupid people at the time. Yeah. Wait, my mom got breast cancer from implants. They were hard. Oh, probably. Yeah, that mine weren't. I had big breasts to begin with. Now I had even bigger breasts. And then I made them smaller, but that was so long ago. Now I have to change them. My doctor's like, you need to change them. He's like, are we going to go down to he's like, down to like a C cup? And I'm like, bite your tongue. I don't know if I can handle it, honestly. I'm so used to my appearance one way that I can see that that would be really jarring. You know, I love my implants. Yeah, but not like when you have to keep having surgeries. BBLs are going to slide to their inner knees. I cannot. Person that keeps I know. At this point now, I hate Libras. No offense to the other Libras not asking that question. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Let's hope the people don't steal this on TikTok. Let's hope these fucking people don't steal it. The TikTok people. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to just age. I really just want to like go into another place. That's where I want to go. I'm not doing a BBL. That will never be an issue. That's never even been a slight issue. Neither is Botox. I have a phobia of being food poisoned. And when you tell me that Botox is botulism, I can't. I'm like, no. They'd inject it into me and I'd be having panic attacks. And at the emergency room, it's not worth my energy to do that. Exactly. Yeah, I should do a membership. On here, though. I mean, it's terrible. People should be able to, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys. Okay, bye you guys. We're the no BBL club. No offense to those that have BBLs. Because if they've done it, we're not going to talk about them. But just from now on, we won't be doing it. Especially when they say it smells. I can't. Okay, bye you guys. Peace out, everybody. Okay. Bye.